Hey, friends! It looks like we're on the final stream. Is this the final one? We ran over a little early. I ran over a little bit early. It's fine. You guys will come hang out, and it'll be a great final few hours. Nobody's going to find this because nobody's watching this right now, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, somewhere in the 24-hour stream, this will be lost somewhere in there, and somebody's going to watch this. Wasn't quite the same as the last two. This one, it feels like a reflection of what I'm going through on like my personal life. It has been a little bit lonely. It has been less people. It has been less connection. But learning to stand on my own 2 feet. I can do this by myself. We don't need anyone, but it's nice to have people. People like Ellie checking up on me at 5:30 in the fucking morning. Ishan hanging out with me. I am very supported. I love you guys and I appreciate you. And there's Michelle. There's always one. There's always one. There's always somebody that just hangs out, and Michelle's the MVP of this session. I'm gonna make sure that Jason hears that. And we'll make sure that we make it worth your time. Thank you, Michelle. Thank you for hanging out. We got 3.5 hours left. I'm gonna take a quick little break. I'm going to run to the bathroom, and then we will rock and roll this thing for the final 3.5 hours. We don't have much left to go from here. Not a lot to go. But man, oh man, oh man, has it been a good time. While we're here, starting to get kind of like this stomach pain, which I guess could be happening after a certain amount of hours. That could be a thing. Ella. Hey, does anyone want to go check out my profile right now? Because I think I just lost it. I think LinkedIn just took me down. Can you guys maybe tag LinkedIn help? I just had my 24-hour stream get cut from my page. Looks like it's working everywhere else, just not me. I got my page cut. So yeah, if you guys can check for me, let me know. Just so that you guys can see what I can see. This is my screen right now. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it says that your LinkedIn network is down or something, and it'll be up in a little while. I mean, nobody's awake, but I'm assuming something about this cut me off. So just let me know, guys. Tag LinkedIn help. Not that I really give a shit, but it'd be cool if I could get out of band land. Like, I'm doing a good thing. I'm not even cheating. I am not even cheating, LinkedIn. Oh, boy. So, here we are. I think we're back. Gee whiz. Thanks, guys. Part 4 got some good engagement. I'll give you guys a little rundown of some of the numbers so far. Let's see. So I got 2,000 for the first one. Not bad. 1,000 for the second one. Let's see. 889 for the third one. That one was weak. That one was a little weaker. That was good. Let's see. Okay. Profile looks good. Thank you, Michelle. Thanks for chiming in. You're a rock star. We're good. Thank you, Michelle. Then 4, we got Luke Matthews that chimed in for part 4. He couldn't make it for the rest. That's okay. Part 5, a little lower. Part 6, part 7. There we go. All right, guys. Well, we're hanging tight. We are hanging tight. Hanging tight over here. Let's see. Send you some screenshots saying you're live. Good. Good to know. So we are live. Awesome. Thank you, Michelle. Thanks for keeping the fort down. So now that we're here, this is the final. This is home base. This is where we're going to end things. I'm going to run to the bathroom, but thanks for keeping the fort down, guys. We're just cleaning up a little bit. How we doing over there? Chella, how you doing, girl? Great to see some of y'all coming through for the morning. Well, I haven't been hanging out thinking I'd get anything. No. See, Michelle, we get things. We can't, it's not fair. It's not fair to, put so much effort towards helping us with stuff and then not getting anything out of it. That's not fair. That's not cool. You get something. Ugh. Okay. Third 24-hour show. Almost on the lock. Not as epic as the other ones, but we love it just the same. Saying you're live. Cool. Thanks. Here we are. Doing 24-hour streams. Let's see, we got some new notifications. That is a cool thing. It is a cool thing when everybody jumps in. It's just not as it used to be. If you guys want me to talk, feel free. I already got something. Oh, it was a great conversation while working on these lawsuits and vision board wall. This has you're so sweet, Michelle. Thank you. But you know we're not like that. We like to go above and beyond too. So thank you. Thank you. Where was everybody today? Where are all my friends at? Okay, Angie's cool. I don't know who the fuck that is. Okay, so boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. It was a little bit of a bump. Yeah. 4 and 7, so 7. So 3 plus 5, 8 plus 3 is 11 or 17. Either way, I already got something. I'll send you some screenshots. Yeah. So here we are, friends. Your marketing, branding questions, stuff we've committed the last 5 years to learn how to do for you guys. Why don't we talk about some other hacks, other LinkedIn hacks? It's the stuff that I was known for. Might as well share some stuff for those of you that may be watching and you want to start making some videos for yourself. There's so many formats and there's so many little tricks and things that make videos great. But there's a couple of elements that are essential. Like the very first one, a hook. Like it doesn't matter if it's your YouTube title. It doesn't matter if it's like an in-video hook, like it's something on screen, text. The image, like how is the person coming into camera? Is it a cool different direction? Is there a zoom in? Is there a zoom out? Is there some accessory in their hair? Is there sunglasses? I'm looking for something that looks a little bit different or unusual. Capture my attention. That's what a hook does. A hook just makes you curious enough that you have to scratch the itch, right? And that's what makes content great, at least in the beginning, is having a fantastic hook. And then after that, you need a way to connect with people. You know, the hook is the knock on the door that gets you to open it, but then you need something to get people to buy into you so that you can walk into their house, you know? So, and the way that you do that is through storytelling, through connection, right? Like we shared earlier on the call, when it comes to creating connection with people, there's a lot of universal themes that we can all relate to, right? So, in the same way, like, what are the universal themes that you can relate back to this piece of content that you're creating? What's the message behind it? And how can we get down to like the roots of whatever it is? Because oftentimes we have the responsibility of teaching our audience about our industry terms and our labels and things. They don't know about it, they don't care about it, but we need to educate and inform, right? So, how do we do that? Again, it's like those relatable scenarios where we can relate with the people that are experiencing the pain of not having our solution. What are those obstacles that they face every day? And then again, like I said, getting to the root of it. So, like, let me use an example. You know, um, somebody would want to hire, we'll use me as an example because I guess it's just easier. Like, let's say that somebody wants to hire me for video coaching, right? Like, well, why do they want to make videos? They want to generate, and this is the process that you kind of have to take yourself down. Like, well, what is the purpose of my video? I want to generate leads for my business, right? Okay, I want to generate leads. How can I reverse engineer this process? Well, I really need to, I guess, like I want a customer, but I need to understand the customer. I need to understand what are all of my customers' obstacles and how my offer provides a solution to all of those obstacles, right? If that's the way it works. And then it's just a matter of creating those obstacles, like it's presenting those obstacles in a way that they're familiar with and how your solution solves it, right? They need to easily and clearly understand how your solution can give them hope that this time, whatever the challenge is, it'll work for them, right? And then we reinforce those beliefs with quick wins because we've all been there before. um you pay for something up front, whether it's a digital course or you go see a movie, whatever. There's times in our lives where we're gonna have to pay things before we experience it, right? Because the work has to get done. So when we're having this experience, or when we're taking people down this path, and did I lose my thought? Absolutely, because we're up to 20 hours, but we're doing our, our best. Other things that make videos really stand out, obviously captions. I mean, that's the most basic and simple. You need captions because this is something that came from Facebook, but I still apply it as if it were LinkedIn. 84% of your audience watches their videos with the screen turned off. Now, what does that tell us? That tells us that we need to have captions every single time, because how is that person consuming content? They might be in the bathroom, they might be in the office, they might be sitting on the couch watching a TV show, whatever. They don't have the audio on. That's why it's our responsibility to add captions, right? So we got it. Seeking Knowledge podcast. Jonathan, your goat. Thank you. And Chella, you the best girl. Thanks for being here. Chella is the number one LinkedIn power user. Nyla, how you doing? Okay, I'm gonna send you my final link, and you and I are gonna end this strong. All right? Yes. Oh, beautiful. All right, Nyla, I'm sending you the link right now, okay? Just open this up and you're going to join me on my stream. And Nyla, no pressure, but we have 16 streams connected. We've already generated 4.7 million views, and I am so happy that you're going to be joining us. So go ahead. Yes, jump in, Nyla. Let me know when you got the link, and I will see you shortly. All right? Just be you. Just be you, Nyla. That's all we need you to do. Just be you. So Nyla's going to be joining us in a moment. And Nyla's amazing. We've been working a long time together. When I think about my personal marketing, because doctors exist in a world of so many organizations that help, I try to find strategies that display the why me, or like, why do you think you better than any other established companies? I like to highlight areas I focused. That's perfect. Exactly. I always focus where the hurt is, right? Organizations that help. I try to find strategies that displays why me or like why do you think you're better. This is so much to unpack. I can't wait until Nyla's done so that we can get back to this. Chell is owl famous. No, you're just famous. When you're owl famous, you're just famous. That's just how it works. It's like being LinkedIn famous. You're just famous. Chell is just famous. Oh boy, I'm having too much fun here. We are having too much fun. Boy. I kind of wish like if it was just like like just if we could just like move the camera just like a couple inches that way, it'd be great. If I could have in my face even better. Anyway, you know what? I'm gonna move it. Like, who makes the rules? I fucking make the rules. I'm here by myself. I could bring the camera closer if I want to. Why not? I'm gonna do that. Nobody's here. Nobody's controlling me. Ugh. I just wanted a little bit more of an intimate experience. I want to get a little closer to you guys. I mean, that's good enough. That works. Ugh. And we're gonna open up the lines relatively soon, so we can start taking calls on owls. On the owls. Hey, cool stuff. All right, you should. Are you in now? Are you sure about that? There we go. Oh, we need you in part 6. Well, what's 6? Okay, let's see. That's part 5. Let's see. There we go. Nyla, how are you doing? Oh, we're in Tuesday too. Over here we are up to 5:55 in the morning, 6 a.m. So we have been doing since what time? 9 a.m. yesterday. So we got 3 hours to go, and we reached the 24. Nyla, we made it. So I want to hang out with my friend. I want to hang out with one of my best friends. Nyla is my Nyla is my best girlfriend while I stay single for now. So And I just wanted to share people because they haven't been able to witness all the magic that we've been creating, and just like the background, the story, because there's so many layers to this. I feel like Nyla's like a war buddy. We've just been through a lot together in a very short period of time. But Nyla, I want to bring people in because like I know your brilliance and I know your potential. And let me tell you guys, like I have my days when I'm like very not on point. And Nyla is one of those people that always picks me back up. She's somebody that doesn't give up. She keeps going. And like everybody deserves to have a Nyla in their life to continue to push them. And we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna You've coached me a lot, and we'll talk about it. But Nyla, please, like, if you can properly introduce yourself in the way that only Nyla could, introduce yourself. Introduce also like who you are as a person, your style, your aura, your energy. It's infectious. Bring us into Nyla's world a little bit. Mm, 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 mm. Absolutely, absolutely. Right, right. Mm. Mhm. Yes. Stop it. And I have to say it, I love that, and here's why, because, like, when you take that executive out of their atmosphere, and when you give them that personalized attention where they can feel seen and heard, because you know how it is, like executives, they'll come home, they've got kids, they've got dinner, they've got all those things going on. How often does an executive really get one-on-one attention and have that opportunity to really be seen? How frequently does that happen? Probably not that often, right? So, but with that experience, you're taking them out of their environment and they're giving them new stimulus so that they can think in a different way. And then you reinforce that by providing them with a safe place to go with their feelings where they won't be judged. Not only that, but you'll actually guide them to their next level. You'll elevate them. That's what it felt like going through your process, Nyla, because it is something that like it's the internal work, and we don't realize like how much that internal work actually impacts our external world. And I think a lot of men try to hold in a lot of their feelings now, and I'm sure you've seen a ton of that. But can you talk us through that? How do you start to change some of these executives' behavior? Because I'm sure there's people listening here that they could use a little bit of guidance. So how do you start to change that? This I could kinda do this in my sleep. I could talk for 24 hours straight. I could do that. Yeah. Can we say communication? Yeah? Okay. Yes, I think more so than not. Yes, I do agree. Yes, yes. Yes, of course, and it can, but not often. Not often. Oh, absolutely. So communication can be used for good and for bad. Sometimes subconsciously we manipulate people without intending to. Sometimes we manipulate them with the intention to, right? And I think it can be used for good and it can be used for bad at the same rate. It's all about what we do with that control. Right. Absolutely. Yes. Yes. Of course. Mm. I love that. I love that. And, when you're going through this process with an executive, are you met with a lot of resistance? Or do you feel like for the most part, people are good about taking your advice? Do you get a lot of resistance? Because this is why I'm envisioning it. If somebody is considering your offer, Nyla, like the ask, what you're going to be expecting of them, how open they're going to have to be for this to work for them. So, like, can you talk to me a little bit about that? Do you get a lot of resistance from CEOs? Do you feel like, yeah, like these are some really big beliefs we have to overcome? Talk to me about that a little bit. What are some of the biggest obstacles you have with them? You're done. Such a good point. Yeah. Mm, 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 right. Yeah. Right. Right. Of course. Right. I love that. Yes, yes. Like, and the fact that you can highlight these gifts that you've cultivated because Nyla, watching your evolution over the last year, seeing how confident you become. Can you speak to that a little bit? Like as you've kind of like developed and found your voice, you're it's beautiful to hear you share and articulate and and the way that you develop your message. Can you talk about finding yourself? Because I feel like within helping a CEO, you're helping them find themselves in a way, you know? So can you speak to your own journey a little bit? Okay, but promise, do not make this about me. We don't do this here, Nyla. So you can talk about the experience. You can't talk about anything that I did. This is about Nyla. This is about you. This is about your. Mm. Of course. We need it, right? Thank you. Oh, sorry, Nyla. Sorry. I see your LinkedIn profile. Hey, John. Great to see you. You're doing great. 41 minutes. Okay. I think we may have lost audio for a second. We can't hear her. At least I can't. Amazing friends. I'm just catching up. Maybe I should restart. We can't hear her. She would. Should we be here? Okay, you're on. I can hear you. So I don't know what's going on there. But let's just switch the link just in case. Here, just give me a second, Nyla. I'm gonna pull up the new link just in case. And here we are. Okay, Nyla, I'm sending this to you now. I'm gonna send it. I think I could just drop it in the StreamYard here. Let's see. So, can you see the comments or no? I think I have the chat I could pull up. Let's see, where's the chat? Present. Invite. Okay, right here. Wait, no, that's layout. You know what? Oh shit, I don't have it here. Let me just send it to your email. All right, Control V. All right, and we're gonna do to John. All right. How are you feeling, Nyla? Do you like this? Do you like the format? You're doing amazing. Holy shit. You're doing well. Yeah. No, I I had to do it to you. Simon, yeah. Oh, stop it. No, Nyla. I needed you at No, I needed Nyla at the end because that's when everybody shows up. What are you talking about? I saved you for the best part. Nyla, tell me how many times have I told you the end is always the best part? It's when everybody comes. So we need you here for that. I just sent you the link. Yes. Yes, of course. I got you. Okay, so it's gonna come from Ellie's email because I'm using her computer. Okay, so you should see it. Let me know if you receive it. I'm gonna hop into this one. Okay. I think to the Gmail, and it came from Ellie. That's his assistant. All right, let me make sure. Let me see. Let me wait. Okay, try to enter again. Just boom. And now we wait for Nyla to come back. And she will join us in a second. There we go. And we're back.
Yes, we
We're
are
back
back.
online. Okay, Nyla, check on your stream to make sure, or check on my page to make sure you see you.
Okay.
To make
But
sure that.
Jonathan, can't we stream that on my page as well on LinkedIn?
Let's see. Can I?
That would be nice.
Okay, your destination. Nyla, I didn't do this because Jason is gonna kill me. So you didn't see me do this. Just give me a quick second. I'll set you up, Nyla, right?
Yeah.
Can you text me your password, please?
Okay, let's see.
Please. Yeah,
You
I'll
don't
add
have access?
No, not here.
You have it?
No, because it's StreamYard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
You could
let's
text
see
it to
again.
me. Just text it. Don't tell
Yeah,
me.
I'll text. Yeah, of course.
Let's see. Wait for it.
I'm sending you on your WhatsApp, okay?
Beautiful. I'm looking at it. Beautiful. Okay, I got it. Let's just do this. E252. Oh, I tried not. He already had it set up. I tried. But we'll make sure for the next one that we definitely do it. So Jason, part 6, and the boss is checking in right now, so he's joining us. But Nyla, back to what you were sharing about this beautiful journey that you've been on your own discovery. For somebody that might be very early in their process and they're watching all of your videos, you go viral every time, you get thousands of views on every post you make for as long as I can remember, at least this entire year. What is the advice that you can give to somebody that's a little shy themselves now? Maybe somebody that's a little bit nervous about putting themselves out there, sharing their authentic story. What advice would you give to them?
I would tell them to put their ambition and their purpose in the center stage. This is what they are looking forward to. It's what do they want? What do they want to make of their life? What is the purpose? who do they want to impact, and then to identify all the fluffs, all the fears, all the insecurities and self-doubts become secondary. They have to put their goals, their ambition and their purpose. It has to be bigger. It has to
Mm,
be so big that all the fears, all the insecurities, all the limiting beliefs and the excuses become very small compared to
right.
why they need to show up. And that applies to everything in life. Whether you don't want to get up in bed, you don't want to work out, you don't want to stick to a clean diet, it's like, what do you want? If you want to be fit, it's the you have to make this want, this need to become who you want to become so big that everything else, the little fears, what will people think of you, what they say, what Sally said online about your looks, or what they said about your voice, or whatever, it becomes irrelevant.
And Nyla, and this also, it's kind of crazy how it works. Nyla, I myself, I might have gotten maybe 2 or 3 negative comments on LinkedIn since the day I started. Have you gotten a lot of negative comments? I don't feel like you have
No,
either.
no, it was just comment about my looks, that I look this, I look good, blah blah. That's why I got the views that I'm getting.
Oh, okay,
Except
wait. Let,
yes,
let, can we slow that down a second? Somebody is offended that you are gorgeous and that you got attention for being attractive. Somebody is mad that you got attention for being for a god, whatever you consider your god, a god-given gift that you were given. Like, who does that? That's just pure jealousy. But you know that, Nyla. People have been jealous of you
yeah,
since you were 3 years old walking to school.
2 years. But you know, I
And
was
then Nyla has a correction. It's actually 2. It's not 3, of course. Oh man. But that's why I love working with Nyla, because when you are around people that there's growth mindset and then there's nuclear growth. This is a person that has improved the way that they look physically, mentally, emotionally, found their voice. So for CEOs, that maybe you feel a little bit lost, because as a CEO, your responsibility is to lead the ship, guide the ship. Who do you turn to when you need advice? Who do you turn to when you have an obstacle that you feel like you can't overcome? Do you want to go to your colleagues so that they can question your authority? Or do you want to lean on a Fortune 500 executive coach that has seen exactly what you're dealing with today, that has lived it herself, that has recently built a brand around being authentic, being vulnerable, not being afraid of running away from those feelings that you have? So, Nyla, I feel like it's such a no-brainer for an executive to work with you because of that touch point that you make. What you make people do is you really make people feel seen, because you know what it's like to not be seen. And I feel like so much of what you've helped me with is recognizing my own greatness in the moments when I feel too weak. And it's like this. No matter what happens, I get a phone call from Nyla, and she's always there. And like, that is the kind of person that not only do you want to work with, but you want to commit yourself to working with yourself. It's somebody that's going to believe in you way beyond where you can believe in yourself. So Nyla, I'm very grateful for you. You have no
oh,
idea.
thank you. And Jonathan, let's talk about like from last year how I overcome
Oh
a
my
big
god.
disease, overcome a hormonal disease that made me put on a lot of weight. Like I lost 10 drop size and dropped 10 drops size of dress in the
That is
space of 1 year,
crazy. How,
right?
and talk to me about the full body transformation. First, I want to focus on the external, because I personally just find it interesting. Did you notice that the people around you started treating you differently?
So like how I look right now, I look almost that way before I put on that weight, like because I was on a new medication and the mindset, all the things, right? The disease, the fear, all of that, low energy starting to creep in slowly. So yes, Jonathan, like since I'm now a size dress size 34, people treat you differently
Mhm.
because of, I don't care. It's all about looks. You can say it's superficial. People is going to judge you the first few seconds on how you look, because when
Absolutely.
you look fit, when you look good, it means that you have confidence, you have esteem, you have self-respect, you have boundaries, you have discipline. It's all about that. The look, even though it's superficial, you can say it's superficial, but
It
it's not
says so
about
much.
important. It's
It
very,
says so much.
yeah, it says so much. It says how much do you put yourself first? Are you a people pleaser? Do you lack boundaries? Do you put yourself last? Do you have low self-esteem? You don't respect yourself. You don't like yourself. You don't love yourself enough to do what you want to do. I'm not bashing. We are not about bashing people that
This is
are.
body positivity.
Yeah,
This is not about body fat. This is
yeah,
not
it's
body
not
fat.
about fat shaming, but like I've been on both ends because of the disease. I've put on, like, at my height I was a size 42, a size 42, and then now at size 34, people treat you very differently. You become someone that they want to be like they think that it's something
Desire. Yeah.
unattainable, but it's not. It's all about hard work and consistency and the right mindset and perseverance and believing in yourself and putting yourself first. But people think that when you arrive, that you've done it with a magic potion, and you want that magic potion, you know
Yeah, the magic potion's called hard work.
yes,
You
it's
know,
hard work,
it's
it,
not
Jonathan.
fun.
You
It's
are
not
fit
fun.
yourself.
It's not fun. It's not fun. But let me tell you, I was supposed to be injured for a year, and
Yeah,
I am fully recovered in 4 months. How?
amazing.
How? It's not a miracle. It's because I've been working out consistently for 20 years. I know my body better than the physical therapist.
It pays
So I
off.
know how to listen to my body, how to heal it in the way that it needs it so that I can recover in record time. That's the
Yeah,
only way,
yeah.
So but it's exactly what you're saying, Nyla. To me, like the physical health has to
That is very important what you said. You know your body. Jonathan, and that is where I come back to the self awareness. If you don't know who you are, no one else will know. And you know what will happen? The world will tell you who you are. How they will do that?
Ooh.
Try to lower your standard. They will shove food at you that you don't want to eat, that you don't eat. They will try to tell you to like things that you don't like. They will try to create fears in you. You know how, like for you, if you listen to your therapist and he told you, Jonathan, you can't work out right now at 4 months, your body is fragile, it's not recovered, you risk another injury. You could listen to that because it created fear in you. Fears, right? But
Oh, yeah.
what did you say? You know yourself very well. You've worked out for 20 years and you know what you're capable of. Your body knows, it has intelligence, right? That's what you said.
Smart. Yeah. But you said it better. And I thought I was the marketer. So
And,
congratulations, Nyla. You win the prize.
and you know how it came for me? Like when I go to boutiques, like like people that are jealous of, they get triggered from how I look.
Mm.
You know what they tell me? Oh, you shouldn't be too thin. You are too thin. It's not good. It doesn't look good. But if I listen to them and it create fears in me, I wouldn't be after what I want to achieve, Jonathan.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Like the runaway models, like people can say they are stick thin. Look at the amount of money they look good in clothes. They look good, they feel good, they are at the height of their career. I'm not promoting eating disorders. That's not what we are talking about here. We are talking about being at the best body that you can be in.
Peak. Peak form.
Peak
Peak form.
peak form, and that looks however you want it to be like.
Absolutely. And like and I agree with that. I mean, it's like it carries no weight. It carries no weight. Like even in my situation, it's like I've been doing this for so long, but it doesn't matter. Like I don't necessarily want to date somebody that has like sub 10% body fat like I do. I want to find somebody that is comfortable and confident however they're presented, Only you
Yeah,
can define that though. Only you can
yes,
define what that means. And if
you,
that means rail thin or super muscular, who am I to decide,
yeah.
I feel like the surgeries and the stuff that people put into their bodies is way worse than something we try to take out.
But like we could argue if that makes them feel good psychologically, whatever you need to do, right? You need to feel good. We
Whatever makes you happy. Yes. Yeah.
Whatever makes you happy. They know the cost and the benefit. They know that it has ups and downs. They know the cost, right? If they've measured it and they are going for it, we are all for that, right? We are all for people feeling and looking their best. Because when you look and feel your best, that's how you show up on video as well. Jonathan, if you look good every day, don't you want to be on video?
Of course. Like I'm not going to go through the entire process of getting my hair done and not recording a video. You know what I mean? It's like, how long that takes? No. If I'm going to do that, I'm going to make a good video with it. Of course.
Yes. You're going to make a good, and you're a man, right? Look, imagine a woman, how much time. But
Oh my God. God bless you, Nyla. I know because we've been on sessions. Let's like demystify that. Oh, like we'll just talk. Let's just say this. Like, let's just have fun, Nyla. So I call Nyla at 5 a.m. and I'm
no,
like,
it
hey
wasn't
Nyla,
time.
it was
It was 8:30.
5:30. It was like 5:30. And I'm like, Nyla, you might want to jump on the live. 2.5 hours later, she's like, give me 20 minutes.
I said 1 hour, but like, yeah, I did. You know what I did? I did my workout. I did my
You got to
breath.
do it right. You
I
got to get a good
everything
sweat, Yeah.
exactly to be
Mindset.
yeah.
Mindset. So you did
It's
it right, Nyla. Now,
yeah.
I'm going to take a quick break. I'm just going to run to the restroom really quick. But can you talk about some of that physical transformation that you went through, like some of your workout routines? And also, I want to touch on this is my favorite thing to talk about with Nyla because my mom was a fashion designer in New York. I used to do fashion shows, and Nyla is super into fashion. So I
I
just want
love
to have
it.
a little bit of fun. Like, if you could just tell us, like, what are some brands or some like styles you're looking at? What are some colors that people can try for their brands? Let's have some fun with it because I know that that's a really a core part of your brand, and I think we need to talk about it more. So I'm going to run to the bathroom. Tell them a little bit about your weight loss journey. Like, how were you able to take those pounds off? 10 dress sizes is insane. Like, you need to, Nyla, we got to take a picture with your old pants and the new ones. That would be
Yeah,
a great
we
post.
have that on LinkedIn, right? We made a post before transformation, before and after.
Yeah, but man, like if we had a pair of the pants that you used to wear and we could like you
42
could put them
versus
on and they're like
34.
you threw I know you threw them all away. You're like, "Oh, I can't even look at this.
Yeah.
I'm disgusted. I am going to throw it all away." You threw
No,
right?
but for pants you can put on your, a belt, right?
Or you could put both of your legs in one leg. You know what I mean?
No,
Like,
I wasn't that fat, but yeah, yeah, you see what I mean? Yeah,
I'm
we
gonna
can.
run to the bathroom, Nyla. But if you could share with them about that transformation, because it is such an important part of this journey for you. So if you can share it, I'll be right back. Give me 2 minutes.
Okay. So, what I would say is, from a psychological standpoint, everyone listening, it's all about what you measure. What you measure gets. I lost two whole people. Well done, Michelle. 260 pounds. Amazing. That is a huge achievement. You should be proud of yourself. Well done. So, I was saying it's about what you track, you measure. So it's all, people say that depends as well if you have an unhealthy approach. But what I would advise is you want to track everything: your food, your weight, your workout, your steps, how many calories you burn, and you want to decide what works for you. I started with the keto diet, intermittent fasting, high protein diet is my way to go. That's what I say, but it's all about sticking to something that works for you. At the beginning, you want to test out where you want to dabble everywhere, but ultimately you don't want to listen to people that create fears, that tell you carbs is demonizing carbs or fat or whatever. So it has to feel good for you. You want to look forward to what you eat as well. It's not a punishment. So as I said, it's all about enjoying the ride. So you want to enjoy the food you eat, you want to enjoy creating movement in your body, and it's all about that long term. We think long term. That's why people that really sacrifice things, punish themselves, they put the weight back on. That's not what we want. We want to lose the weight, be in the best shape of our life, being in our peak form for the long term. We are all about the long haul. So it's about finding something that works, that you enjoy, that you can stick to, that you can do it whether you're on holiday as well. And that's what I did. I was on 4 holidays this year, and I didn't put on a single more pound. So I'm saying, Jonathan, it's all about enjoying the ride. You want to stick to something that you enjoy. Give and take for you. You enjoy the gym because you've been going to the gym. You find your space there, right, Jonathan? You
Of
love it, right?
course, of course.
Yourself.
It's
You
like a
come,
third home. It's like a
yeah, you
third.
come, yeah. And the food that you eat, you have to enjoy it, right? Do you know that I eat French toast every day while losing weight?
How okay, how is that and you is it like the skinniest slice, 2 skinny slices of
No,
toast
big
with
fat
only egg
slice.
white there's no way how?
But like it's like I'm strategic about how I eat my food. You know what I front load and what I can eat afterwards, right? If I'm doing all my protein, I'm not eating carb with my meals, then I can have the French toast. And I'm also tracking my movement. I move every day. I do all that. I still am in my calorie deficit, and I'm still doing my strength training, but I do eat French toast every day.
So,
With
Nyla, we have a question from the audience for you.
I don't know what did you say. Well, go on.
I don't know if Nyla can relate, but I'm curious. After the success, how did you feel mentally about yourself? I've found I struggle with more with self-image now than when I was 400 pounds.
Okay, Michelle, tell us tell us more specifically what you struggle with in terms of your self-image now versus when you were 400. Can you give us more specific context?
Mm.
But I would say that that's why identity upgrade is so important, Jonathan. If we are
Mm.
not careful, that's why people sabotage themselves. You know why? And it happened to me like in June. I was taking pictures. You know, we take pictures when we are on holiday
Of the
for
best
social media.
pictures? Yeah.
Yes,
We need to show
and
more of them, yeah.
and so you know what happened is I was taken aback when I saw my pictures. It's like my brain had upgraded with my physical transformation.
Oh,
And I
yes.
saw myself so tiny, like in my head, I was still a size 40.
Body dysmorphia. So you still
No,
see
no, it wasn't body dysmorphia. It's like your identity hasn't upgraded.
You're right, you're right, you're right. It's like the mind hasn't adjusted to the
It
physical
hasn't,
changes.
and that's happened in every area of our life. That's why upgrading our identity, doing self-reflective learning is so important. Because if you don't upgrade, like you've learned, you've overcome things, you've achieved success, but if you don't integrate them in your identity, you would still act like an insecure teenager.
Yes, and it's
It's
so true.
like you have so much insecurities. Oh, like I need to be liked by people. You are not a teenager anymore. You don't need people to like you. You've got to select who you are going to take advice from. That's why
Mm.
you see people running around on social media wanting to get likes, wanting people to approve of them.
Validation. You can never
Yes,
meet
validation and
never.
people pleasing and being liked, being approved. It's all about upgrading your identity, because if you're still operating as a teenager with all the insecurities, with the rejection, with the lack of self-esteem, self-worthiness, and now you are 40 years old, you act like that, can you imagine how that impacts you?
Absolutely, of course, of course, of course.
So
And you
now,
know what I can relate it to? I didn't necessarily experience that with like the body transformation, but I know I experienced that as a CEO. Because
hmm,
what happened is, God had a funny way of blessing me with a lot of success fast.
yeah,
Like I got a lot of success fast, but my body, and you unfortunately experienced it now, my body could not catch up to the pace of demand that I was experiencing. So maybe it wasn't like my body physically changing, but it was my responsibility changing. And it was very, very like my body just didn't adjust. And I had to give myself the grace and the compassion to be patient and wait for my body to slowly catch up, where now I feel like we're almost there, you know? But do you see that also with CEOs, Nyla, that a lot of executives, they get very overwhelmed. All of a sudden, they went from being a sales associate to a VP or,
yeah,
a C-suite. That
yes,
you went from being, I have a lot of my decisions made for me, and now I'm making a lot of decisions for many others.
exactly.
That is scary
That is
because
the
you don't know
pattern.
what's right and wrong,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, exactly. So they still operate when they get promoted to the C level. They can lose up to 2 years in their career because of not
Really?
upgrading their identity. You know how they operate? They still operate as a manager. They can't delegate effectively. They can't step into their full leadership
Is it
role.
shame? Is it, limiting
They are
beliefs?
seeking
Imposter
permission.
syndrome?
It's because of a lot of things, Jonathan. It's like they are not aligned to the new identity. They don't own the responsibility. They seek validation and permission. Even if they are the CEO or a C level executive, they are still awaiting permission from their team, from people, from their colleagues, from management to tell them and give them permission to step fully into that role. And that could
Mm,
look like they don't negotiate the right salary, they don't delegate and use their team effectively and leverage their team, they overwork, they put on more work on their back to prove that they are ready, to prove to themselves and to management, to everyone around them, that they can handle the responsibility. They have to prove it. So
mm.
you see all those mistakes that they make. So now what happened? They quickly burn out. They feel alone. They feel stressed. They are not leveraging their team. They feel resentment. The very job that they're
Absolutely.
aspiring towards, now it's too much. It's like they hadn't signed up for that.
So, Nyla, when people start feeling like it's too much, and you might have an executive that's saying to themselves, I think I'm just going to quit. What do you do in that situation? Do you encourage the CEO? Do you encourage the executive to keep going? Or do you start creating a little bit of an exit plan for them? Because what I'm learning, it's not me, but I have a friend. You know the friend, Nyla.
Mm.
And I think he's starting to realize that this type of lifestyle is not for him, right? It's very demanding, it's fast, it's hard. If you encounter a CEO and you can see that it's impacting their mental health in a negative way, do you tell them to keep going? Do you tell them to stop? How do you navigate that?
I find out exactly what they want. When we dive deep, we look at why are they frustrated at that point? Why are they demotivated? We dig deeper. We can see that they are depleting themselves. They are neglecting their self, sleep, health, well-being, family time, lifestyle. They are overworking. So we put into place the tools, strategies, systems for them to get time back, and the time that they get is able to refill their ego. That means there is such a thing as ego depletion. It's not about ego as you know it, it's about
Nyla, I love that it's a thing. You can go wherever you want with it. It sounds
yeah,
good. Ego
yeah,
depletion. It sounds cool.
yeah.
I like stuff like that.
Depletion is about, remember, in the morning when you wake up you have a lot of willpower. You
Yes.
can do a lot of things, and in the afternoon, you just want to eat junk food and vegetate on the couch, and
Yes.
you just want to do things that, like, you want to take the shortest route, eat the cake, and like say, F it. I'm not going to, sacrifice. I just want the cake. I just want the things that, and you can't exert any more willpower. It's really because at that point, your ego is depleted.
Sorry, Nyla, the producer. I'm just answering a text really quick. Sorry.
Yeah,
Keep going though.
yeah, so it's about that. So it's really about for an executive to be at a point where he is demotivated, frustrated with a lot of resentment. I have to remind them that they wanted this. They work hard to be where they are, and they are not about to give that up because of how they've been operating. And there is solution. It's like I tell them, what if it's just a mindset shift away, a shift of perspective to get back that motivation, to really be in control of their career, to be working at a place from a place where they don't feel like they have to sacrifice sleep, well-being, emotional, mental, physical to be successful, to be a peak performer. They get to have it all.
I love that. So now
Create
what we
a
need
plan.
to do is I'm gonna make a call because this is a part of what we do, Nyla, is we're gonna network, we're gonna start making new connections with influential people on LinkedIn. And
Yeah,
we have an absolute legend right here. Her name is Chella. Chella, I had to call you because we're starting to approach the end. And we can't do it without the number one individual on this platform. So Chella, check in with us. I got Nyla here. She's an executive coach, right? So if there's any questions you have as an executive yourself, I've been working with Nyla for, I mean, we're going to be approaching 2 years soon. And she has given me all the tools to be effective as a leader. So maybe there's an opportunity we could learn some things. So yeah, can you share, Chella? Well,
Oh my goodness. It is such an honor to be here. Now, I have to say, I am Pacific time, so it is 3:43 a.m.
what are you doing? My gosh. And Nyla, can you hear her or you can't really hear her?
I can hear a little bit.
I cannot hear her.
Okay, so then I might have to communicate back and forth because I'm not getting, for some reason, I'm not getting you over. You know what? Let me try to do this. Maybe it's the Bluetooth thing. I want to make sure that you guys can talk. But yeah, like while we're in the meantime, Chella, you're an executive yourself. You're a business owner. So can you talk us through your journey as an executive? What have been some of the obstacles that have been somewhat unique on your side?
That's a phenomenal question. I'm going to make sure to write that down. For me, initially, when I went on this journey coming from corporate, it was the shiny object syndrome. Jumping from one coach to one program to another program to another program, right? And not giving any of the programs the time or they deserve for it to really take off. So it's jumping, the shiny object. And I believe that a lot of entrepreneurs go through that. So we gotta give it time, right? Looking back, of course, we always have 20/20 hindsight, but taking the time to really, before you jump on the program, before you hire a coach or mentor, before whatever it is, really taking the time to ask yourself, is this the right whatever for me at this time?
Nyla, what do you think of that? Chella, I love you, and I'm going to try to kind of like translate things because I don't know
I
that
can
you.
hear. I heard her. I heard her, Jonathan.
Yeah.
So I would say, that shiny object syndrome is a secondary symptom of not believing in yourself enough. Because when you don't believe in yourself enough, when you don't have confidence that to stick to something till it works, you want to jump from one coach to another or one solution to another, it means that you don't feel there is a lack of internal confidence that you can make this work. There is a lot there is a ladder belief, right? A control belief. First of all, you have to believe in the solution. If you bought, let's say, an iPhone, you've got to believe that the iPhone will deliver a high quality resolution video, for example. If that is something that you believe, the second belief is you have to believe that you have the ability, the capability to use it effectively to its full potential to get the best thing out of it.
I love that. I'm just doing a little tech thing. We're getting, I'm going to make sure that we can hear the phone calls coming in. And I think it's right. Yeah, I got it. Just give me a quick second.
So it's all, yeah. So can I continue to talk or I have to stop?
Oh, there we go. I found it. It's right here. All right.
Yeah. So
Chella, I'm doing a sound check. Can you hear me now? Did we do it? We did it. All right, good.
So I was saying it's about believing in yourself enough to stick to something, give it your all that you've tried before you hop on something else. And because we have so many options right now, Jonathan, with everything, we don't give things the time to work. We hop on something, try something else, and then what happens? We disperse our energy, our attention, our focus, and we don't get the result that we want. For everything, it works like that. Even for marketing, like you were saying, you've got to test it out, know what is the formula, and then you can replicate. But you've got to give it time. And to do that, you've got to have belief in yourself, to trust that if you give it your all, you stick to it, then you can say that you've tried. But you don't just go halfway and then hop to something else and do something else.
It's so true, Nyla. And I've seen it over and over again because believe it or not, in 2020 and 2021, there were creators that were way better than us. There were people that would come and they'd create amazing videos and then they'd do it for a couple of weeks and then they disappear. And they were so talented. They could have taken every client I had, but they just didn't stick with it long enough.
And so do you see it's a lack of belief, self-belief, lack of confidence in themselves?
Right, because if we had the confidence in knowing that this is going to work for us, why would you stop?
Exactly.
You wouldn't, because you know that in the end it all works out. So I think it's.
If you knew that it would work and that we had the skills and capabilities to make it work, and we had the the energy and the effort and the motivation to stick to it, every strategy works. There's nothing that doesn't work. Everything works. Whether you are in a keto, carnivore, low carb, high fat, eating French toast every day as I do, everything works, right?
Just, Nyla, you don't put powdered sugar on it, right? Because
yes, I put maple syrup on it.
That is ridiculous. I don't know if we can still talk and be friends, Nyla, because I can't eat no French toast like that.
Are you there?
And Chella, can you hear us?
Absolutely.
Okay, you're coming through my ear. And Nyla, you can hear Chella, yeah?
Yes, I can.
Okay, beautiful. So, Chella, any comments for Nyla? Nyla, any comments for Chella? Yeah.
Yes. I love that we're having this conversation. I agree with you. Absolutely. Because if we believe in that product, I believe the marketing makes it so easy for us to jump because they make it so appealing. They have, that, we can make you a millionaire in 90 days, or we can make you right. I think that the marketing that we are bombarded with make it easy for us to deviate from the plan, right? If we stick to it, absolutely. But I think that for me, right? It was like, oh, this looks so good. And then I like the person. For me, is if I like the person, I'm going to buy. But then that's not always the case. Liking the person doesn't mean that they're the right fit for me.
That
Yeah.
is the truth.
You know what I would add to that, Chilla, is you
Yes.
are right. The thing is, when we get distracted like that, like, there is a lot of noise right now. Everyone is making bold promises. Every product, everything is magical. But what I've learned is, the more you know who you are and what you really want, you are clear on the direction you are going, it's easier to stick to what you want and do not get distracted with the empty promises of people. And also, it adding to that, you add the layer of experience, wisdom, learning, getting yourself educated. You can remove the fluff, the noise from the true things. And I think that the more I'm beginning to add to that, the more I can really cut through the noise. I can see who are the people that are fluff, that are making bold promises, and their words are not aligned to their actions.
And Nyla, isn't it crazy that now, because like Nyla is a student of the game. She's the best student I've ever, like, people listen to the marketing, they just want you to do it for them. Nyla's a student. She wants to understand. So Nyla, when you watch like a marketing video now, can you see the behind the scenes of like what they're trying to do with you psychologically now? Do you see it?
Yes, I can see it.
Isn't it weird?
Like, it's weird, and it's also like I can see both perspective. I don't resent them. It's like manipulation, but also who you're going to manipulate are I'm not going to say the amateurs, but at the same time, you've got to do your homework. You've got
Absolutely. You got to do your part. And Nyla, what I would say to
like
that,
I've been like Chilla, just to add that I've been, sidetracked. Oh, I like that person, her energy, her promises. I buy the program, and then I get deceived, disappointed.
oh,
It's so many times that, and not anymore. Not anymore. I said, not like, I know what I want. I have high standards for myself, and I'm able to cut through the noise. Would I not be do I not get sidetracked sometimes, or get deceived, quote unquote? Yes,
of
I do, but
every
less and less. When that is with an advert, you know, and you know what? Like, when I'm going to get very scared when I see my favorite brands like Dior or Chanel or Gucci, like, or they start to make advert, because now
oh,
I'm getting scared, because now,
oh, this
why
is your
are they
core
going
wound.
to sell? You know what I mean?
It's your core wound. Once you see
Yeah.
that new purse, you're like, oh, well, all of my boundaries just went out the door because I gotta have this.
No, it's like, there are brands that are so good that they don't need to do any brand, any.
Oh, yeah.
Like, there is a brand I'm sure you don't even know. Now they started to make advertising. It's Valmont. Valmont is a prestigious brand, a Swiss brand. They do very little advertising. It's very selective. But, like, you see what I mean? People that talk a lot, that need to make bold promises to sell you, there must be some catching. There must be some
There
catching.
has to be, right? Because like this is what I explain to people about marketing. It's like this isn't a haircut. It's not like we can just go to the barber shop and I can give you exactly what you want, exactly the way. We're dealing with human behavior, right? So when you're dealing with human behavior, you're trying to change somebody's belief system and buy into an idea that they need you, they need your product. That's something that's a little bit different. Like for me, it's almost like we're chasing storms or we're trying to anticipate or predict a behavior that a human's going to make. It's a little bit challenging, but the best thing that we could do is put, the individual in the best position to succeed with what they have and fine tune it and improve and make better and be more confident and show up better on camera and all of those elements. But yeah, it's not one of those things that you can just plug it in and it's guaranteed to work. You have to experiment, you have to test, you have to try, you have to play with a lot of ideas, and in that process you build yourself, you build your voice, you find your voice. So
Yeah.
it's a process. And Chella, do you feel like that's kind of how it's been for you, on Owwll, on LinkedIn. It's more of a compounding process over time, collecting data, making it better. What's it been like for you on your side?
Absolutely, Jonathan. And I believe that's when we lose people because we got to retest it. Listen, the first few videos that I did, there will be like blackmail material.
Oh my gosh, blackmail material. That's funny. Nyla, can you relate to that? It's like some of your original videos are blackmail. Like it was that rough. It was a little rough, hard to watch, We've been there.
Yeah, you could say that. Very awkward.
But now Nyla is legitimately like top 3 in terms of her delivery on camera. Top three person on LinkedIn. It's
Thank
so
you.
good. She's so good. So good at articulate. And Chella.
And if we can leave, whoever's watching, Jonathan, Nyla, whoever's watching, is that no matter where you are on your journey, it's about taking the lessons and the wisdom that you learned and moving forward with it, right? Not getting too stuck in, what did I do wrong kind of deals. Moving forward with that, because all you have to do is be one step ahead of somebody in order for you to guide them and show them, pave the way for them.
That's it.
I totally agree with you, Chela. That is so good. Like always learning and not beating yourself up. If you beat yourself up, you're going to get stuck. And high performers don't beat themselves up. They just get up and do it again and learn from it and get better and do it again. To have that mindset of failure as part of the process and not over identify with the failure and the setback. It's not like when you fail, that means you are a failure. It means that I fail, I got data. What can I learn from it?
Failure is data. I love that's one of my favorite lines because it's so true, and it allows you to not be emotional about whatever happened. Removes. It's a data point. It's information. Now I know how to come back better.
Exactly. It's the same thing when we were saying, Jonathan, what we track, we measure. If you don't track, you are going to make emotional decisions. Right. Whether that is in the workplace, whether you are leading a company, you have a business, if you don't track your data, you are going to make emotional decisions. Whether you feel good or you feel bloated, you feel ugly, you feel fat, your decisions will be different from when you feel good, you look good, and you feel confident.
That is so true. So true, Nyla. You have absolutely dominated it. I was like, all right, I'm going to bring Nyla for like a little while and see how she does. You absolutely own this, Nyla. So I want to make a proposal to you. I want to do a 12-hour live stream with Nyla, and we are going to make it kind of like I did my business from scratch, start to finish. I want us to take a couple of executives and walk them through your process. Let's help some people. And let's see if maybe we could do a memorable live stream. I want to fill up your entire calendar with executives to talk to. And this might be the way to do it. So Nyla, we could talk about this offline, but maybe we could schedule something where we could take executives through
just remember, Jonathan, I don't have the same hormonal makeup as you. Just bear that in mind. I'm a woman.
I'm doing the 12 hours. You are welcome to join whenever you want for as long as you want, but we're going to get a bunch of executives and we're going to change their lives.
Yeah.
So what I'm thinking is we just line up 12 executives, Nyla, and we just help them a little bit. But we'll talk about it. I want to plan something big with you, and maybe we just do it 4 hours or 6 hours.
Oh, you know what happened? We could do like Christmas is coming. We celebrate. I'm already in Christmas mood. How about you?
I like Halloween because I like dressing up. As a kid, I wasn't allowed to dress up, so I like dressing. And Nyla, you're a size 30 right now. Like, why don't we? Well, I know where you're going to be by Halloween. You're a size 30. Anyways, so yeah, like enjoy it. Enjoy your new physique and dress up. Enjoy Halloween while we're still young,
Yeah, Halloween and then Christmas.
Oh, Christmas is the best.
We could do some events like that. It would be great to cheer people up because there are some people that are down. A lot of people that beat themselves down around holidays Like they feel lonely, they are not where they are, they feel depressed, they feel anxious, they have a lot of negative thoughts. Maybe we could share those people and redirect their
I love that, Nyla. You're so good. Yes. So you guys heard it here first. We're going to be doing a special holiday special.
yes.
Holiday special. That'd be good. And let's make some people
Special.
feel good. So
Maybe
Nyla,
to those
yes, let's do it. Let's do it. So thank you so much for joining me, Nyla. We're gonna keep
Yeah.
rocking for a little bit longer, but you're the best. I love you. And it's a little meta. We're just going a little behind the scenes. Nyla, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to talk today in a couple hours,
No,
but I will definitely pick it up with you on Wednesday. We'll jump into some
Yes.
landing pages and we'll keep
Yes.
building PSL. All right. So
yes.
all of you, you've already seen Brilliance. Go connect with Nyla on LinkedIn and you'll see a bunch of her content. And we got a lot of exciting stuff coming up.
Do you want to drop them my LinkedIn profile?
Yeah, drop it in the chat. Or I mean, Nyla, I could.
Drop it yourself, yeah.
I'm going to drop it all so you guys can go follow Nyla. She's great. She's an executive coach and she can change all of your lives because she changed mine. You got the proof. You got the proof. So go check her out. She's got 16,000 followers on LinkedIn. She is no rookie to this system. So now that I have her link, I'm going to just go ahead and share it with all of you so you can jump in and go add her. So Nyla, I just dropped, wait for it. All right. I just dropped your link and now all of you go connect with Nyla. It'll be worth it. She puts out a lot of content about executive coaching, thought leadership. She's definitely fashionable. So go check out whatever outfit she's rocking in her newest video. And here you go, guys. We have our link for Nyla. So go follow her. I just dropped it.
Okay, Jonathan. Cheers and
Cheers.
good luck. You have 2 more hours to go.
That's the easy part. But thank you for joining us at the end. You came in strong, Nyla. Now I'm running solo.
Okay.
Thank you. All right.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Talk soon.
Bye.
Man, I love Nyla. I love that girl. Good stuff. So final 2 hours, guys. What I will say, just kind of like self-checking right now. I think energy-wise, this is the best stream I've had so far. I haven't been on drugs the entire time. That's a win. But we are kind of reaching towards the end. It's definitely been a quieter session, quieter 24 hours. But again, super grateful for those of you who have been hanging out since the beginning. We're going to do the last 2 hours, and it's going to be great. I should probably put this back up. And we're going to be waiting for some calls. Let's see. We got some new messages. We can see that. Whew, feeling a little tired, I'll be honest. But we're still out here doing it. And people are still out here liking it. What an intense session. Ooh, let me do this. Sorry, Jason, don't kill me, buddy. I'm doing it. I'm doing the thing. Promising. Okay. And we got it right up here. Friends. So that Jason can see it in case he's watching right now. I'd call somebody, but I don't have anybody I can call. I've already talked to Chella twice. So I'm just kind of like in a spot right now where I'm just kind of like waiting for everybody to wake up. Beam me, Scotty. Why can't I see me? Why isn't this working anymore? Stop. Do the thing. No. Why aren't you working? Is it because Oh. So Jason, in case you're watching this, I'm just kind of like hanging out here. Why don't you call me if you weren't set at $100 for 10 minutes? 116 calls. Not bad. Never catching up to these guys, though. Gee whiz. 1.8. 2.4. Oh, boy. Oh, man. Ugh. A little stretching. I'm going to walk. I'm going to stand up for a second. It's been a long one. Nyla is awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Michelle. Hey, Jason, by the way, dude, this Michelle chick's been here this whole time. Can we do something for her? Yeah? Cool. You know that's like when you start getting delirious, you're talking to yourself, like pretending like there's people sitting next to you. That's what happens at around hour 22, my friends. You start doing a little bit of the delulu. It's all right, though. It's 2 hours to go. Did it again. Damn it. There we go. Am I disconnected? Yeah, I'm disconnected. And we are set, ready to rock and roll. 2 more hours to go. I'm going to run to the bathroom. And if you guys have any questions, anything that you want to share, the floor is yours. But I'm still here. Let's see. Stop it. LOL. It's been my pleasure. I'd be up working regardless. I know that you would. But the fact that you're listening to me talk, thank you. You're giving me oxygen over here. So yeah. And go reach out to Michelle. Go follow Michelle, friends. Go follow our girl Michelle. She's been very supportive. We're very grateful for it. But Michelle, I'm gonna go to the bathroom now. I'll be right back. They hurt my ears. My precious little ears. They're all sore. Ugh, they're so hot. My ears are warm. Ugh. All right, bathroom. It's a marathon, not a sprint is correct. It definitely is. And what really helps is not looking at the hours. Don't look at the hours because like any like major obstacle or challenge you'll overcome in your life, I don't know, it's disconnected. I'm right here, guys. Me no information. I didn't do shit. Right? Wait for it. Wait for it. It's coming up. Coming up, Buttercup. Come on. There we go. We got it right back up. Let's see. Set a timer. Do, 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 do. 1 hour 40. All right, there we go. So we're going to be hanging out a little bit longer, guys. Now, do you know how to run a business from start to finish? Good. Glad you learned something today. We talked about a lot, but as per usual with this group, conversation turns into life and relationships and personal branding and marketing. What's something that we didn't talk about that maybe we should have? I know a lot of people talked about community. That's a big thing. Social media content. We really didn't touch a lot on YouTube and Instagram, which are big platforms I use too. But I love them for different reasons. So, like we alluded to a little bit earlier, Instagram's great for awareness, but people don't have a purchasing behavior where on LinkedIn they do. When people go to LinkedIn, it's a completely different mentality than when they go on Instagram or what have you. It's not necessarily that they're looking for, business or anything like that. There's no conversion on Instagram that's happening, right? And maybe merchandise, stuff like that, but not really. People tend to convert in the inbox, right? But also you can convert more effectively as a business owner on LinkedIn, right? And why? Different purchasing mindset, right? So when you're going on a professional platform, I think we assume at least a little bit like it's going to be more related to um, growth opportunities, things like that. So yeah, just something to consider. Lost my train of thought again. This happens more because we are running low right now, my friends, but we got a little less than 2 hours left. So, in addition to that, I also love YouTube, but YouTube's like great as like a search engine, right? A lot of people misunderstand YouTube. They think it's like a social platform, but it is a search engine. When people use YouTube, there's something completely different that's happening. When somebody uses YouTube, they have a very specific intent. They're in search of something specific, right? It could be a song. It could be how to get wine out of a couch, whatever. Where on LinkedIn, the people that you're finding, the people that you're connecting with, you weren't the people that you're seeing their content. It's a feed. You weren't anticipating seeing their video today, right? You weren't anticipating whatever they were offering in whatever industry, but you see it and it's in front of you now. So the benefit of each is, when it comes to LinkedIn, you're not holding a captive audience, right? Like this is all organic. They have the opportunity to walk away if it just doesn't resonate with them, right? So wait, Michelle. Okay, let's see. My question would be about pitch slapping. Ooh, that's definitely something coming onto LinkedIn a few months ago that I experienced, and it's actually like a huge turn away because I don't necessarily want to pitch slap. I want to know who the person is as a human. Here's the truth. I was being pitch slapped in 2019. We literally got inundated with messages. It's like your entire inbox was a pitch from everybody. Obviously, the platforms learn and they have software that they build in so that people don't abuse these systems, but we still see it all the time, um, but less frequently. Point being is that I agree with you. I don't think it's ever the best approach. I always lead with how can I provide this person with upfront value so they see who I am and what I can do for them. And then if it makes sense, then I can make them an offer down the road. But I'm very much like you. I'm not there to just like make the sale as quickly as I possibly can. There's a lot more that goes into it. You got to identify like, is what I do even helpful to this person? Or are the problems that this person facing something that I can help them overcome? I mean, those are the kinds of questions you need to be asking. So yeah, very, very important. Jason, auto message people to call you, Owwll, and it creates a filter. Auto message people to call you, and it creates a filter. I don't know what it creates a filter means. I'd call people an Owwll. Let's see. We've got Chella, Jason. Yeah, Jason, I'm trying to call. There's nobody really here yet. I'm still waiting. Still waiting for people to show up, Jason. It's why my about me section is what it is, and there is a collaboration request form. I mean, what more could you ask for, right? That's perfect. My about me section is I make videos. That's it. That's as far as we go with it. I make videos. Depth. There's a lot of depth in that. Anyway, I'm kidding. But yeah, we will see who's ready to call. We got EA here. I don't blame him for not coming back though. A bit of a tough crowd here. It's a little tough. But in terms of an about me section, something that I've found that really works well with those is like imagine you take your about me section and like make it like a funnel or like a landing page, right? And you're using very similar copy that you use for a landing page, but in your about section. Why not try that? I've actually seen it work really well. I had a client that was in executive coaching way back in the day and worked very effectively for him. He was able to generate a ton of good leads for himself just by doing the organic stuff. But again, I mean, that was a couple of years ago when platform was giving out a lot more views for the same. Do I think that there's a lot more creators on LinkedIn than there used to be? No, not necessarily. Because I know it's been shared before. They say, oh, it's so oversaturated. There's way. It's like, I look around. I don't see that many people around here. So let's get... How you doing, my friend? Can you hear me? Are you there? I don't want to lose you, but I can't hear you. Oh, no. So close. So close. Thank you for trying. Thank you for trying, my friend. Look at this. 136 calls. No way. How cool is that? Wow. Hey there.
Hi, good morning.
How you doing, my friend?
Yeah, I'm leading a development team. Yeah, it was really great to see you. You got a great stamina. I watched you over there on YouTube, and I'm still watching you.
Oh,
It's
thanks, man. I appreciate you. Thank you for being a part of it. I would not recommend it.
like Nani said last day, Owwll is my favorite app. And you people are amazing.
Oh,
You are doing a great job and as an ambassador so far. Owwll. And we are an army head by Jason.
right.
Yeah, we are working all our energies, stamina. We stretch ourselves to make it possible what it is where Owwll is at the moment. And we are talking, my team is working on certain items. We have prioritized and we are making Owwll better day by day.
I love that, and I'm super appreciative of it because like I was sharing with Jason earlier and one of the developers, it's like we get to do the fun part, which is like be on camera and promote the brand and do all that stuff. That's the fun part, right? But you do like the stuff that the memorable part, the stuff that people remember, which is the user experience. So really grateful for you, dude. I'm sorry about Jason though. My gosh, I don't know how you deal with all that. I'm kidding. He's great. I love the guy. But yeah, how's it been building Owwll?
Yeah, it's been great. It's been great. It's been like all about 4 years. I was with Jason when we were in Discovery. When Jason came up with this great idea, we sat together. We did long 10 discovery sessions. Then we come up with some user stories. How would the screen should look like? What would it is designed? What would be the color scheme? And how to connect people? What could be the best user experience? So it took us like a year to launch the app, the MVP, minimum viable product, and that was a great day. We celebrate that. Jason knows that very well. And after that, we keep on putting features and features and making things better for you guys, for the public. And this is how it went along. And we are still on it. We are making our best efforts to improve the app, and it is way improved the day from the day we started.
Oh, tell me about it. I remember I re-met Jason again last January, and he introduced me to the app last January. And my gosh, has it come so far? It's incredible to see its evolution and to be a part of it because I know like this is just the beginning of this thing. So really grateful for you to put the time into it. But let me ask you on your side, what encouraged you to get into this field? What was it about it that made it interesting to you?
Yeah,
You like to
basically,
build
to be
things?
very honest, this is my bread and butter. I did my degree in computer science back in 2001. Since then, I have been in this field, and you do have to choose some profession. So I was very, very, you can say, I software world. So I put my foot in software, and day by day, my decision proved right. And at the moment, yeah, I started like a young kid who learns software and gets a degree and struggle for the job. And then one day I got a call from a very good company, and then I got hired. Luckily, first interview, I got hired. That
Wow.
was my life. I'm like 20 plus years software experience guy. So this is a great journey so far.
Wow. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for sharing that. And what I've realized about journeys, I used to think that like the hero's journey of our own personal development was like just one path that we take one time and we just become men and then life becomes easier once we've established ourselves. And what I realized, it's a constant learning process. There's constantly going to be obstacles and challenges, and they change and they become bigger and harder. But yeah, what a journey! What a journey it's been.
Correct, correct. There was old days when we do not had even soft mobile apps. We used to have big this desktop traditional software
Right.
and systems, and things were very tough to learn, very tough to build. Took a lot number of years to build something, but nowadays things are very fast. We have most of the stuff drag and drop, and
Right.
use different apps and technologies to bring something up. And the day these smartphones are in, everything is revolutionized, changed. Everything is changed, and world is very fast now. You need to, like we are talking here, right?
Mhm.
And we don't know what kind of technologies, what kind of stuff, how many third parties are involved that are making this possible for me and you to talk. So there is great work at the background, but still there is much, much more possibilities that came into place since the day I joined software.
Oh, I just get excited when anybody talks about anything that they're passionate about, because the energy is infectious when you hear somebody that cares so much. So there's going to be a lot of things some things I understand, a lot of things I don't understand, but I understand passion and I appreciate that. And we're really, really grateful to have you involved. So anything that you want to leave the audience with? I know we rolled out 2.0, but is there anything that we could get them excited about? Anything interesting that you're working on?
Yeah, absolutely. The 2.0 itself is a hottest thing we've done so far.
Yep.
Everybody is an expert now. Everybody can go on money and make more connections on the platform. Nobody is restricted to from taking calls. And I would recommend everybody to go upgrade their account, go premium, and have all the amazing stuff that is waiting you in the premium account category.
There we go. Take advantage, guys. I'm telling you, the nice thing about it is like you still have access to these guys. You still have access to Jason, right? Like, what if this was LinkedIn in 2014 or 2013? You want to be an early adopter. You want to be early to market. You want to take advantage of these things while there's not a ton of competition on the platforms. I just heard that Glassdoor has launched social media. Can you believe that? Glassdoor? There was a time when
amazing.
LinkedIn said, hey, we're going to do social, and then they leaned into it, right? So for me, Owwll has always been that opportunity. I wanted to be one of the early adopters. I wanted to be one of the people at the front of the line because I knew it was going to be great, right? And proud to still be here. So I know it's in good hands with you, my friend, and we're very grateful for all the contributions you have to this.
Thank you, Jonathan. Same here.
You allow us to
Yeah.
do things like this. So thank you.
You're welcome. Always at your service, guys. This is our job.
Love it. I love your attitude, buddy. So we'll talk soon, I'm sure. Take care. Thanks for dropping by. Thank you, man.
Thank you. Take care. Bye.
Bye. So I'm going to take a couple seconds. I'm just going to run to the bathroom real quick. Right quick. I'm kind of thirsty too. I'll be there. I'll be there. Just call my name. I'll be there. I don't care, guys. You can see it. It's okay. It's all right. You can see it. I don't mind. It's just some emails. It's okay. And now we've got. Let's see. It went great. Thank you. Thank you for chiming in, Laura. Michelle, keeping the fort down. Tanya, we are still going. We're still doing this thing. Grateful to be here. It's fun. Almost there. Why don't I see myself? I should be here. All right, we're good here. Just checking the feeds. It went great, guys. We are in the home stretch. We got an hour and a half left to go. This is the point in which I've kind of like lost my mind for the most part. Yeah, and how do we know? We can't put sentences together that well anymore. As much as we try, it's a little bit of a struggle. Still have several hundred pages to review. Ooh. I appreciate you guys. I hope you guys got some value out of this. I hope we helped some people. We learned a lot about branding, marketing, personal development, relationships, the good decisions and the bad ones, and the things that we learned from the bad ones and the things we learned from the good ones. So yeah, it's been a great session, guys. We have learned a lot about each other. We learned a lot about our friends, some influential people, and we're going to end this one strong. Coming up on 5 years, guys, that I've been on LinkedIn. Can't post comments. And it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird to see the people that have come, the people that have gone, the people that are still here, still making content. It's hard. It's hard to be a business owner. It's hard to keep bringing in new stuff and keeping the old stuff. Talking about people, talking about clients. I know, it's tough. But we got this. Can you believe it's almost 2025? Where did this year go? What happened? It just went so darn fast. So darn fast. I'm gonna grab a Diet Coke, guys. Keep the fort down for me. Well, I'm gone. A couple minutes. Not even a couple minutes. What is this? Yeah, we're rocking and rolling. Owl's up. Owl's up. I wish I could get the screen working. Year flew by. It really did. Been crazy. All right, guys, let me take a quick one. Be right back. Boop, 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 boop. We're back. You know, Jason, here's the thing about it. We didn't get the 13 Celsius yet, but you know what? To be honest, I'm blaming John for that because I feel like if he would have supplied us with what we needed, I would have drank them all. Didn't come through, Jason. What are we gonna do, buddy? They didn't come through, so I don't feel compelled to support this company that didn't bring me my 24 pack. What do I need from you guys? Can y'all go take a nap? Or are you waking up because it's the morning? And yeah, Jason, I got the black thing like plugged in, but it's like I don't know. It's doing this thing. It's like I'm plugging it in. And then you do this screen share, I guess. Let's see. Maybe it's because I got to lock the. You know what you guys could do for me? Take a nap. I want one. Take one for me. I didn't mean think about me while you're I mean, if you want to. Screen share. I just can't figure out how to get this thing going. It doesn't want to monitor my screen. Anyways, I tried. I made an effort. Well, good, Tanya. I forget. I forget that normal people are waking up around this time. Traditionally, I have not been a morning person, but oh my gosh, you can just get so much done by like waking up at 6 a.m. It's incredible. You could have your workout out of the way. You know, like prep all your meals, maybe get dinner going early. 6 a.m. is the vibe. If you can wake up that early. Working on it. I deserve a nap. Yeah, like I don't want it to be permanent. But if it could be for, like 12 hours, that'd be kind of nice. You want me to send you a link?
Yeah, do you support? You didn't support Safari. I sent it back to you yesterday. Do you want me to try on the phone or do you want to try on the laptop?
Laptop. Yeah, let's do laptop.
All right, so email me to the Palmar Forensics email, and I'll click on that link and see if I can get on.
Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, ba-joom. Bop, bop. Let's see. It was Dad's birthday yesterday. So we gotta support him. Gotta support Dad. Let's see. So I'm gonna go send this, and then we're gonna start strong, guys. I mean, not start. We're gonna end strong. We're gonna end things strong. All right, let me send this over. Boom, boom. There we go. So we'll see you soon. Anyways, so going back to it. Let me log back into my computer. Let me monologue for a second. So the whole purpose why I wanted to host this is because I wanted to take all of you guys down the journey that I've been on, which 2 years ago, I got fired. I went through a pretty bad breakup. And it completely destroyed me from the inside out. It was tough. But I learned so much through that experience. And, within a year, thank the Lord, I was able to scale my business to over 6 figures. And I was, of course, you build the skill set. You've been doing a craft for so many years. But what you don't realize is that just because you're good at a trade or a skill doesn't mean it translates over to being a good boss or being a good executive or being a good team leader or, going beyond the line of duty because everything is on you. Those are not things, right? Like when you're an employee. And there's a lot of growth that has to happen through that process. So, yeah, but we're going to dive in. I'm going to bring Dad into the scene. So let's do this, guys. Let's do this. What's going on?
I can't believe you're still on. on this. Your stamina is shocking and amazing.
You think so? And it's like I have just as much energy as I had at 9 a.m. I've like faded a little bit, but it's because I just don't have other people with me.
Well,
Yeah.
you can tell that to your audience and your peeps, but I know you better, and I can tell you're fading from. But let me tell you, 22 and a half hours into it, I don't think anybody would be able to hold a candle to you at this point. So fading or not, you're still doing it. Very proud of you. Very encouraging that you pull these things off. It's crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, it's the power of the human spirit. It's God, which I think that we could talk about a little bit because we got time. Do you have a couple minutes? I got a couple minutes.
I have a couple of minutes.
All right, yeah, and I do want to talk about that a little bit because like my relationship with spirituality has evolved a lot. It's evolved a lot because of need, and I think that I had a very unconventional approach, right? Like what I'm realizing in hindsight is inherently we're gonna like doubt our parents, especially a lot of the decisions they make, because we see our friends, we see our peers, and we think that their lifestyles are better or more fun or more exciting, and you get lost in that. And until you're exposed to all life in the world and everything, you don't know until you've experienced it. And this last chapter of my life, like when it's cool to have an audience, right? It's cool to have people that follow you, but you guys saw a different side. You and my mother saw a very real side that social media is not real. And that's something that I wanted to kind of share with everybody because, who was there for me when I broke my legs? Who was there picking me up from the hospital? Who was there letting me stay in their home? It wasn't the thousands of followers. It was my mom and dad. It was the people that actually care about me. So like, while I can play this game on social media and pretend, you guys don't really care about me. Like they do. And they're the people that are supposed to care about you. So for anybody that is making content and you're sitting in your little ego, realize that everybody that is sitting here listening to me right now will not be there for me when I really need them because they weren't. It was my mom and it was my dad. And that was it. So, yeah. Is there anything that's kind of like inspiring you or making you think about this as I share it?
Well, there's a verse that comes to mind, and of course, as parents, we have the responsibility to take care of our kids. If we try to be the best parents, you can be. And it was a very unfortunate circumstance that occurred, John. I think I would clarify that it was a double ligament tear versus out and out broken legs, but a double ligament tear, is a very, very severe injury, which most people.
Well, okay, to be fair, I was a little emotional. Jason and the Owwll community care. I was talking about my LinkedIn community because like they are a little bit they weren't there, but the Owwll community does care. Sorry, go ahead.
So I mean that kind of injury is a significant injury, and we were grateful that it wasn't worse, that you were able to make it back. I don't know if your audience knows, but what was it, 4 or 5 days after surgery where they told you had to convalesce for the better part of 7 to 10 days, you were on a flight already home. You were walking the next day and you're back to the gym squatting. I've known people who have had one quadricep tear that either have never come back, like your uncle, he's never really come back and recovered from that. And others that have taken forever, and look where you are today. It's a miracle. It's an amazing thing. But as it relates to, life experiences and what have you, it's unfortunate, but the world will chase all of the shiny objects, the nice things that they think are nice, that are going to add value. But you know what it's like, John. You get a new car, it's great, and then what's next? And then you go on this vacation and you experience it, and then what's next? And there's always a what's next with a gap or lack of satisfaction. And there's a verse that comes to mind when you were talking about that, and that is John 10:10. And John 10:10 says, "The thief comes only to steal and kill and destroy. I have come that they may have life and have it to the full." It's an oxymoron. It's a paradox that you would have to lose your life to gain it. And I'll just tell you that in my 40 plus years walking close to God as close as I possibly can, I'll tell you, I've seen people come and I've seen people go, but you never see those who are faithful ever in a situation that is, an unacceptable, begging for food or anything like that. You never see that. You never see them if they're walking close to the Lord, addicted to drugs, addicted to alcohol, homeless, with ruined marriages. Things like that happen, and that's just life, and we're all part of fallen humanity. But I'll tell you that you want to find true peace, you want to find real substance, take it from someone who yesterday turned 61. And so I've lived quite a bit longer than most of your audience, I imagine. And I'll tell you, it's been my experience from a purely analytical perspective, purely looking at this from logic. Faith, brother, faith in God is the only answer. You can tell me all the, this fad and that aspect and this thing and this new thing and whatever. Listen, the scriptures were the same. They've been the same for thousands of years. Ask your peeps to show me something that's never changing. It's always the same. And you can rely on it. Just like your parents were there when you had that incident, God our Father is always there. All we have to do is turn to him. That's all we have to do.
Yeah. And I think, like, for my own journey, and everybody's different and everybody defines it their own way. Thank God I survived long enough to make it to this point. But I had to experience, I don't know another way to put it, but life's back walls. I had to see everything, and I had to know for sure that there was nothing better. And luckily I survived that. And I'm able to see that, when there is only so much dopamine your brain can pump in. There's only so attractive a woman can be. There's only such an amazing vacation you can take. And once you've done all those things at the highest level and you realize a stage has 5,000 people is the same as 10,000, the women and then you realize, okay, there is no ultimate fulfillment that can come from anything in this realm. It can't, because I've already hit the back wall on all of it. I've already experienced the most extreme of all of it, and I'm not happy. But spiritual people are happy.
Well, I think spiritual people have a true faith. It's not the people who dress up and go to church on Sunday. And I'm no judge for anybody, but it's not that you dress up and go to church on Sunday and look very pious, and then Monday through Saturday live like a heathen. I'm not advocating that. I'm advocating a true relationship with God. It's not religion, it's relationship. And let me tell you, there's a story of the prodigal son, which I'm doing a study on now in Luke 15. It's amazing. The prodigal son took the inheritance from his father, went off and squandered it, and lived the high life. He partied, he did everything he wanted to do. And then when he ran out of money, here's a Jewish kid feeding pigs. Pigs are considered unclean. And he had to feed the pigs. And he longed to eat the food that the pigs were eating. And then he finally came to his senses one day and said, something? People eat better at my father's house. Let me go back to him. And when he came back, he was fully welcomed in and accepted by the Father. And that's an analogy, really a parable of our relationships. We can do it on our own, John. You can strive and do your own thing and accomplish many great things, whatever. But there's a God spot in all of our lives, a hollow part of our being that can only be filled by God. And you just have to turn your attention. Look at the scripture. Just read it for yourself. Read it for yourself. I post every day on LinkedIn a Bible verse, a daily Bible verse. I've posted, John, I don't know, 400, maybe 500. I don't even know. It's every single day. And I always put on there, if you want an online Bible, I'll send you a link to an online Bible. You read it for yourself and see what you think and draw your own conclusions. But I'll tell you from my personal experience, and I, like you, have experienced many good things, many bad things, and tasted a lot of what the world has to offer. And again, it's not a religion; it's a relationship, and it's a very, very comforting one.
So our producer Jason, owner of Owwll, said, "Dad may have taken your seat at as the next host of the next 24-hour show."
I'm unworthy. I'm unworthy of these kind of things. All I can do is add a little value when Jonathan Palmer, the most marketest man in the world, allows me in.
Oh, please.
A little space. I don't, that's not my gig. All I try to do is help wherever I can.
And you're doing a great job, because what a lot of people don't know, they don't know this story, which is 5 years ago this week, I don't know if you remember, 5 years ago this week, you bought me a $600 camera, and this dream came true.
You know, I was thinking about that yesterday, 2 days ago. I was actually thinking about how did John get his start, and then I remember in Miramar, coming over and pitching me this idea of this $600 camera, and I'm thinking, you know something, just like when you approached us when you wanted to be a professional wrestler, you know, your parents have always been parents, and that's really a credit to your mother to say, hey, listen, you know something, you want to try, you got to try everything, try and see what works for you and what doesn't, and thank God we made that decision together to go through with that camera, and that's helped tremendously. It's helped us, it's helped you, and look where it's put you today. So we're glad that we were able to do that for you.
Yeah, and it's like I remember I just went up to my dad. I'm like, it's been 20 years. Can we do like some social media or some marketing or something? You know,
what's that?
Was that right? And then like Mike Capote was like, oh, they're like doing like press releases on LinkedIn. Like maybe you should do like a white paper for LinkedIn. I was like, no, we're gonna make some videos. We're gonna make it cool. And 5 years later, we're here. So,
absolutely,
no deal. Not a bad.
And that's a testament to your perseverance and to the opportunities you've had and a lot of hard work. So that's definitely congratulations to you for making that happen.
Yeah, well, you guys were very pivotal in that. So when they talk about me, I had to learn all this stuff somewhere. So
now, does your audience know that you have when it's not a cheat day, you don't have any sugar? Even if it's someone's birthday and it's not your cheat day, you don't participate in birthday cake. Does your audience?
They are well aware of that. They know that I don't drink any water at all, and all I eat is cheeseburgers and eggs. And go ahead, Jason, you want to confirm that? I don't even drink water. You've never seen me drink water before. So yeah, he'll chime in eventually.
Let me tell you, we can give you firsthand testimony of John's. Whenever he's over here, his mother is making him a hamburger after hamburger and Diet Coke after Diet Coke, and it's unbelievable. But then, you know, if
body fat and my body recovers in 4 months.
Listen, that's exactly right. So if it works for you, it works for you. So that's very blessed.
Yeah, I'll let you get back to your day. It's 8 a.m. and thank you because, like I said, it all started with me, my dad, an office, and a $600 camera.
So let me just leave you with, please tell your audience, look for me on LinkedIn if you guys are LinkedIn people, and also on Instagram, Big Joe. _1745.
I'm going to drop your link.
Yeah, so that people can get this Bible verse once a day. Check it for yourself. I try to post something out there, and it's Joseph Palmar. I'm John's dad. Let's just call it John's dad, right? And so if you follow me, then you'll get that email once a day. And I pray that it is a great blessing for you and for your families and for your friends. And I would just challenge you, just look at it. Do it. Make your own decision. Don't believe what anybody else tells you. What the Bible says. Read it for yourself.
Here we go, and the link has been dropped. So go ahead, go follow my father that gave me all of this wisdom that I get to share with you guys now. So there you go. It's full circle. Thanks.
Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity, John. I appreciate it. God bless you.
Happy birthday. I'll call you later.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. It's cool having your dad here. Well, so now back to it. We're in the final hour. So Jason should be joining us in about 30 minutes. Let's take some Owwll calls if some people are online finally. Can we get Dad on Owwll for sure? And Jason, since it seems like you're tuning in right now, dude, I was trying to make calls, man, but at like 4 or 5 a.m., I kind of gave up and like unplugged my phone so I could plug it because nobody was online. I mean, there's people, but there just wasn't an overabundance. So now what we're going to do is our buddy Manny. Let's see if he's got. Jason, did you hook up homie with some credits? He's got $60 worth of available credits in there. What's that about? I think my next question would be, how would you recommend setting up the new Owwll profile? Oh, I'm going to walk you through that, Michelle. We'll walk through that together. Manny, don't you dare. Don't you dare. That's a cardinal sin. It's a cardinal sin, Manny. You have to answer the phone. That's the rule. If you're not, we're going to have problems. We're going to have problems, Manny. You can't be a host of the show and then not answer an Owwll call. It's illegal. You'll lose your membership that way. All right. So we're waiting for the heavy hitters to chime in. Another one, Jason? We got 2 people in a row that you just happen to know that didn't answer their Owwll calls. Bad. And I'll keep waiting for somebody to jump in. So I think my next question would be, how would you recommend setting up the new Owwll profile? So let's walk through that for a second. Good question. Well, I still have to do my About Me. I still need to add videos too. Unlock all features. I got to add my credit card info. Let's do that. All right. Done. Done. Final hour. Let's see. Just give me a second. Boom. Ooh, it is almost time. Oh boy. Thanks for hanging out, guys. I really appreciate you. It's been a fun time. I'll probably need a couple of days to recover. That's kind of how this thing works. So the plan right now is you go home and you pass out. I'll probably wake up at like 7 o'clock in the evening. Why not? Let's see. And then, our entire week is going to kind of be ruined. That's okay, though. Call Ellie. I did, Jason. She didn't answer. I tried, Ellie. She didn't answer. And neither did Manny, actually. It's just updating some stuff. But why don't we get back to one of the reasons why we were here in the first place, which was to help you guys build businesses and make some sales. So let me pull up my notes. Let me pull this up. Wait for it. No answer, though. All right, guys. So what we're going to review for the content, I'm pulling it up right now. Just took me a second. Wait for it. I'm just pulling it up. All right. So while we're here, so you're not able to log into your account on the computer to edit the profile. It can only be done. Do a LinkedIn profile audit. Share your iPhone on TV. Do a LinkedIn profile audit. I was about to get into it, but I got something to share with people. But I will get to that, Jason. So what I wanted to share with people was, when it comes to LinkedIn, you've got 4 categories, right? And of these 4 categories, you have establishing your personal brand, and this is your SSI score, right? So the idea behind this, and why I want to talk about it really quickly, is because on LinkedIn, they kind of like give you a hack. Is that Ellie? Should I answer it? We'll get back to this. Are you calling me in the middle of an event?
Hello.
You sound busy.
I am busy. That's why I missed your call. I know it was a faux pas to miss an Owwll call, but I gotta go. I'm networking.
I'll tell that to Jason so he leaves you alone.
That is amazing. Miami Made, everyone.
Miami Made. Go check it out, friends.
All right, gotta go.
Bye. Yep. So back about LinkedIn really quickly, because I need to share something useful for all of you. So we got 4 categories on LinkedIn that you need to focus on: establishing your personal brand, finding the right people, engage with insights, and build relationships. Why is this so cool? Because LinkedIn literally gives this to you. Okay, so when we're trying to identify like what is working on somebody's LinkedIn, before I even look at a profile or anything like that, I think that the SSI score is really cool. Number one, you need to identify is, when you look at your SSI score, is it in the right industry? Because sometimes they'll put you in the wrong one. But pay attention to the 4 sections that they feel like you should pay the most attention to if you want to optimize your opportunity on LinkedIn: establishing your personal brand, finding the right people, engaging with insights, and building relationships. So when it comes to establishing your personal brand, what does that mean specifically, right? When you establish your personal brand, it's kind of like a reputation. I know a lot of people talk about that. Like, what do you want to be known for? And taking it a step further, like, what do you want to be known for specifically, right? The people that I find are the most successful on social media and LinkedIn, what they tend to do is they will get really, really good at one really, really specific thing. And then they become basically the industry leader of that one specific niche. And then over time, they start releasing other parts of themselves, and then you start seeing other parts of their personalities, and sometimes they resonate more and sometimes they resonate less, but it becomes something that you can add on. So building your personal brand, I think, definitely have fun with it. I find that it's just a little bit more of an enhanced version than who you already are, because, yeah, like when you're building a personal brand, you want to connect with people. I think it's inherently a little bit more extroverted, when you're making those connections. But yeah, personal brand, super, super important. The next one is find the right people. That's something that LinkedIn also really encourages you to do, right? So LinkedIn has a bunch of search features. And when it comes to finding the right people, like, who would that ideal prospect be for you? Even though I do digital marketing, I know myself. I tend to work really well one-on-one and without a bunch of, C-suite executives dictating the content, the direction. It's a longer sales cycle because you're waiting. Don't want to deal with any of that stuff, right? So I identified, okay, I'm a digital marketer, but I love working with small business owners, 12 to 20 employees, because I feel like I can have more of an intimate connection with them, right? So that's finding the right people. It's not meeting it at the first step. I have a digital marketing agency and I help people make videos. No. okay, I have a digital marketing agency, and I like helping these specific people. And when you do these specific people, you create a message that just works specifically for that person. Because if you're trying to do a bunch of different vehicles, a bunch of different marketing offers for a bunch of different things, how do you know what works and what doesn't? It's just I don't trust that. I don't necessarily trust that. But going to the next one, engage with insights, which I absolutely suck at. Adding comments, adding comments. That's my favorite one there. You can do this stuff in the inbox. I've never been big on that for like relationship building, but to me, comments are king, because comments are content. Sometimes you can take like a really good comment and it could get way more attention than one of your posts, or it can inspire an actual post, right? So engaging with insights, super, super important. And the final one's building relationships. Like strengthening your network, adding new followers, new connections, new blood, new breed, new people, constantly people discovering you. And that is super helpful. That is super helpful, because, it's one thing to hope that your content gets you more followers and leave things to chance, or you can constantly be doing something to put yourself in a better position to win, right? So you can just Google your SSI score. I'm not going to provide it to you. I'm in 23 and a half hours in, so you guys can find it. You can Google. And let me speak to that a little bit more too, because when it comes to making content, what did we talk about? 94% of the reason why somebody will watch a social media video is because they have an impression that they're going to learn something new, right? Okay. So based off of that data, we know. Oh shit, I think I left Allie a bad review. Jason, can you fix that? That was a mistake. I'm tired. Anyways. So as I was saying, oh, itchy. Great tips, thank you. You're so welcome. I don't even know how you're like being able to make out what I'm saying, because I'm a little bit delirious. Allie up at 8 a.m. was a sign. Jason, Ellie was up at like 5:30 in the morning. She was up at like 5. She was a little paranoid she wasn't going to make it to the event that she's super excited about in Miami right now. I wish for the life of me I could remember the last thing I was talking about, but it is just running right out of my brain. Oh boy, gotta love this stuff. Got to love this stuff. I do miss making videos. They're just so much work. The thing about it is, as a creator, you start making stuff because you want to help people. And then you start helping people, and then more people start liking it. And then you start feeling like a little bit of pressure and a little bit more pressure and a little bit more pressure. And then all of a sudden you have a big audience watching your stuff. And now you feel like everything has to be perfect. That was something that was very hard to overcome, is not feeling like every post had to get a ton of engagement. Not every post had to be a massive success. And you're not defined by what you do with your content. That was a big one, because I felt like in a lot of ways it became my identity. It was the thing that I was the most proud of. And it's a little wild when like you take that element away from your life, how important it was, how much it can derail you, right? So it's tough. It's a nice little journey though. It's been 5 years. It's been 5 years. Ooh. Yeah. Bum, bum. And thanks so much to those of you who've been hanging out for us for the 24 hours. It's pretty intense. Waiting for my next call. Let's just wait right there. Things that don't work on social media. Hashtags. That's not fair. Hashtags work a little bit, but I've always felt like great for organizing content, not great for all that much more, right? And let's see. You know what? Why don't we pull this up? And I could review. Let's see. Wait for it. Wait for it. Let's see. Says I did it successful. We need to edit, I'm sure. Oh, we'll help you out with that. Do a LinkedIn profile audit and share your iPhone on TV. I couldn't figure out, Jason, why it's just not working anymore. It's not letting me project it onto the screen. It just stopped working. And homie should be here in 10 minutes, so we'll just wait for him to get here and fix that right up. All right, so Laura Costa or Laura Costa, she posted something, and I thought it was super interesting because I think it could be really great for all of you. And basically, what she did is she broke down the structure of one of her posts. And if you don't know Lara, I don't personally know her. I know her through Luke, and I guess she put this together, and it's super interesting. I want to read it to all you guys. When we're trying to structure a post, that's super important. There's a purpose for why things are the way that they are, from the captions to the headline to the first thing they say to the first thing that you visually see to the accessories and screen. There's a lot that goes into it. That's camera, but sometimes it could be a written post, picture post, or a scripted video. But there's a breakdown. There's a breakdown in every piece of content that you see. There's a hook that's supposed to capture attention for 3 seconds. And then it goes into some story or something relatable or something relevant. And then you have some type of lesson, something teachable. And then you have the action steps, call to action. So breaks it down here. So let's break it down. So this is what she calls the SLAY framework to write an engaging post. So she starts with a story. I'm going to read it all the way through, and then I kind of want to give my own opinion on how I'd change it. This will be fun. So how I use deep work to scale my one-person biz. How I use deep work to scale my one-person biz. Without hiring an expensive coach. Last month, I was in the blink of burnout. I was stressed and overwhelmed, so I made one simple change. I made my goals impossible to fail. Because no one cares about our sob story. They care about how you overcame it. So I simplified all my goals. I broke them down in small targets. Can I be honest? This is so fucking lazy. Like, it is just so bland and vanilla. Even if it would get millions of views and make me lots of money, I just couldn't post this. Maybe there was a time where I could. I use engagement groups. I have no shame. I can't post this. I'm embarrassed. It's vanilla as shit. I think I was hoping more from her because she is kind of like an emerging either like I'm losing perspective on what works or not, but this is pretty shit. This is pretty boring. Sorry to say it, but I'm going to shoot it straight if I see it. And it got 433 likes and 280 comments. Yeah, I don't really get it, guys. I don't get it. Don't get it. So how would I change this? So I think it's shit. Let's see. She does have some good content though. This Taplio thing is fire. So that's the way that she framed it. But hell yeah. Jason, I can't figure out the TV though. All right. So looking at this, how I use deep work to scale my one-person business without hiring an expensive coach. Why would I need deep work? Why would I need to hire an expensive coach to learn deep work? I could just fucking YouTube it. Last month I was in the blink of burnout. I like the alliteration, it's cute. I was stressed and overwhelmed. Okay. So I made one simple change. I made my goals impossible to. Maybe this is just a template and I'm judging it really unfair. I just realized it right now. It's like maybe this is like just a really like basic ass template that she created and I'm being like way unfairly judgmental and this isn't an actual post that she's posted. Okay. You know what? It's kind of looking like that. Like maybe I'm judging unfairly, but if you did post this, Lara, this is shit. I'd tell you in your fucking face. Let me know your thoughts on the article I sent. Absolutely, Michelle. I came for the. Oh, Kyle, I thought you said you came for the fiddle. I was so confused. What fiddle? I have the following I do without true sense of how I do it. I agree. I don't know why people follow me either. Oh man. Because no one cares about our sob story. They care about how you overcame it. So I think this might just be a template and I'm just judging it really unfairly. Oh boy. Oh, the more you know. The more you know. Okay, but now like I got to look at another piece of her content to establish if it's shit or not. All right, let's see. I don't have a problem with any of these people. I love these people. I talk the same shit with Luke. The one mistake I made when I started posting on LinkedIn, wrote about the problem, never the solution. Wrote about the problem, never the solution. Here's the thing. Your ideal client already knows their problem. Your ideal client already knows their need. So whenever you rate text, point out one problem. This was better. I like that one. That was pretty good. The face doesn't look great in this one. Let's see. I haven't slept in. We're in a 7-day long. You know, LinkedIn gurus will tell you to focus on the hook, but all my best performing posts have more than one. Focus on the hook. Here are 4 writing tips I use daily to write each sentence like it's the last. Add a quick win in each line. Make it a stop over explaining. This is how you get people hooked on your content. LinkedIn gurus tell you to focus on the hook, but all my best performing posts have more than one. That's a cute hook. LinkedIn gurus will tell you to focus on the hook. Yeah, girl, but like you're a LinkedIn guru. You know? Like you're literally a LinkedIn guru. Like I don't know of what you're doing that wouldn't make you a LinkedIn guru. I'm just saying. It's kind of ironic. Here are 4 writing tips that I write each sentence. Solid advice. This is really good. Really good stuff. And it performed well. I still think you're a LinkedIn guru, though. All right, one more, and then poor Lara. I'm attacking her content over here. I know she could take it. I wouldn't dish if you couldn't take it. Learn how to be inspired by others. Never threaten. Turn the why them. This little fucking arrow thingy, that has to be like the new agree on LinkedIn. Because like I just see this little arrow thing everywhere now. can y'all like not make your shit all look the same? Okay, like switch it up. Do something a little different. You use any other emoji or arrow or whatever. Don't do the same shit, guys. Anyways, I really enjoyed that. That was fun to look at some of their content and just like see what's good and what's not. You know, now just naturally because he decided not to come to my stream, which is fine. I still love him the same. Going over to Luke's profile. Now, Luke legitimately used to have the absolute worst content on all of social media. He's gotten a little bit better. So this is one of Luke's posts. Let's audit it. I try to be different. Michelle, you're doing a great job. I was never book smart. I did not get a college degree. I have never worked in corporate. I wrote horrifically bad essays in school. I love like the self-deprecating nature of Luke. I love his honesty, but I've traveled the world. I do what I want, and I eat steak. You know, the path was hard, but I like some of it. Reading more books won't get you freedom, but following these. It's so him. It's so like, I love his writing because there's no way that you could convince me this could ever be AI. It's impossible. It's so him. And I feel like that's a lot of the reason why people love his stuff and why it resonates so well is because it's him. I am. If it goes through. Is it going through? Is it going through? God damn it. It's Sam. Ah, Sam. Sam it. Why does he have an Android? He's cool. We can't be friends with him if he doesn't have an Android. I mean, if he has an Android, we can't be friends with him. So I got excited. I thought we were going to get Sam going. We don't have him yet, though. By the way, Jason, what are we going to do for Michelle Ramos? She's been here since the beginning. Yes. I like it. Michelle, can you give us an honest read on when you showed up? I want to say I was like 4 or 5 hours in, latest. But I want it to be documented how long you were here. LinkedIn is the newest platform I joined. I don't think I've been actively on here more than 6 months. I still want to pick apart my LinkedIn. I so want to see you pick up, Michelle, we're going to do it. You tell me, are we picking violence this morning? Are we picking violence this morning or do we want to take it easy? Just you tell me. Jason, it's not hard talking by myself. It is hard talking by myself for 9 hours. As I'm figuring it out. I did get some support, though. We had some friends that came in, hung out. But yeah, those little lulls in between, they can be a little tough.
Okay, can you hear me?
We can hear you.
What's up, everybody in the LinkedIn audience?
Yes.
As well as YouTube audience, Instagram audience. I am back. I got some sleep. It's 8:30. Everybody's waking up.
Yeah.
You have been up this entire time. Good job.
Yeah, I know.
Where's the beverage count?
I know.
You cleaned up? What's going on? Usually there's a pile.
I was so worried that Stephanie was going to show up this morning.
Oh, no, she's in Spain.
I'm not risking it. I didn't want to risk it. She could get an emergency flight back. If there was any chance that she was going to be there, I wasn't going to take the risk.
Okay, so we got some important news. Let's see. The stream's been live for 3 hours, so it looks like we're a little bit behind schedule. Right? That means one of the feeds started a little late, which means it's got another hour. Which means everybody looking. Jonathan doesn't know what's happening right now, but he's about to. But he's about to break his record. He's going to go not 24 hours. He's going to go to break his record because the last time he did this, he did it for 25 hours. So, there it is.
So, Jason.
Oh, no. Did this happen in error or did you want me to go another hour? Because we have exactly an hour, hour and a couple minutes to go. And then we could break the record.
No, the record would like.
So is this.
The record is actually 26 hours because we did 25 last time. I'd have to do 26 to break the record.
Well, we could do 25.5.
I think I want to sit on the 24. I think last time it was going over. We're gonna stick to 24.
Guys, what do you think?
24
put it in the
or 25.
Everyone put in the comments right now. Does Jonathan do the typical 24-hour show that everybody else does?
How boring.
How boring. Or does he hit this 25-hour show, right? Is this show going to end in 26 minutes from now, or is it going 1 hour and 26 minutes?
I hate
and we
that.
take some Owwll calls. We take some. Sorry, Pops.
Let's
I know Dad was watching.
Let's take some Owwll calls and see.
Not even Dad was watching. Let's do this. Let's sign you in on this account.
Boom, boom.
Because this phone's having some issues.
Yeah,
so
okay.
sign in on this account. And let's sign you. Hold on. I'm going to log you out of this account. Hold on 1 second, because we're going to have issues. Because this phone's going to ring. So don't do anything yet. I'm going to sign out. And then even one step further, I'm going to delete the app. I don't want any issues at all. Because then this one will ring a little bit.
Ring.
We'll re-download the app later.
Boom.
Okay, sign in.
Let's do it.
And then everybody out there, we're going to go live on Owwll. So go
Live.
ahead and call Jonathan.
Let's do it.
His profile's up.
Let's do it.
We're going to go offline, online. And now what we're going to do.
I'm just going to run
Oh,
it.
Michelle Ramos. Look at her. She's jumping in the 25-hour
Hell
stream.
yeah. There we go.
She's starting to learn this app.
Yeah. She's new, brand new.
Brand
From
new.
LinkedIn.
Yeah. So here we
All
go.
right.
We're gonna go ahead and add this to the TV. Oh, I need this cord.
Take it.
There we go.
All right,
We're
you
back.
do the intro. I'll be right back. I want to because she's been hanging out
Yes.
all the like. I finally get to meet
Actually,
my
wait
friends.
right there for 1 second. I'm gonna fix the TV because the
Do
TV
it.
is a little angled.
Ooh, Sam beat us to it.
Oh, he beat us
I
to
mean,
it.
Can't walk away.
I hope it's gonna work.
Wait
Sam,
for it.
wait for it.
Fair play.
No, that was the television thing.
Mm.
Sam, if you're out there,
Please.
we are having issues with our
Ow! All right, let's go to
Bluetooth
bed.
system and streaming. There's not
Wait,
enough
you gotta
strength.
adjust something, right? Can you adjust-
No, not yet. That's on the television. I could do that after we connect. Sam, it's not your fault. We are running into streaming issues and signal strength. So it is okay. Okay. Well, I guess I will hook up the television for everybody watching real quick, and then we're going to go from there. So I'm going to turn this television off. Then we're going to pop it on so that way we could sync up. Is she coming here?
No, I gotta go.
Oh, sorry. Jonathan trying to get out of this 25-hour podcast idea. I don't know. You guys put it in the comments. Supposedly he's got a meeting at 9:30. Better question is, what are you doing putting a meeting at 9:30 after a 24-hour show? Right, guys? Put that in the comments. That is absolutely nuts. Okay.
It's the first, and I want to collect my money.
Ooh. He said he's being a good business owner.
Because you know how it is. I'm not
And he
falling
wants to
asleep
get the
on
job done. Okay, everybody, here we go. There is Jonathan's profile. He is available on Owwll, so go ahead and give a ring. So let's see who's on here right now. Oh, we got Chella, Michelle Ramos. Michelle Ramos, she's brand new. Let's give her a call. I don't know who Michelle is, but she's been on this podcast for 24 hours supposedly. So I gotta say hello. And here she is. She's coming in. What's up, Michelle? Welcome to the show. I heard you've been part of the show for a long time, though.
When Brian and Nancy Debra
Okay. Well, now you got me in the studio. I had some sleep and I'm fresh. So while Jonathan's taking a bathroom break, I'm going to take over. So feel free. Any questions you got for me? I'm the founder of the app. I know you just downloaded on. This is your first call, of course, right?
Absolutely, it is. And honestly, like I'm kind of just taking it in, and I actually love it though. Like I've already been like DMing some people and telling them like, you need to go check this out. Like I'm just amazed. I love it. I'm sitting here like I don't even think I want to take a phone call not on this app.
Cool. Well, I'm going to give you a quick demo. So your first call, you look down, you can see my profile, right? On an outbound call screen, this is good for you to see. You see this screen up on the television, right? I have the ability to add more time, either at 10-minute increments, 20-minute increments, or 5 minutes. And you, the expert, get to set your rate, right? New people joining Owwll, we just put the rate at $1. And then once you upgrade to a premium account, you could change your price to any amount that you want. But watch how cool this is. When I add 10 more minutes of time, right on your screen, you see a pop-up and you could accept or deny it. So go ahead and hit accept so the audience can really see how this timer just goes from 8 minutes to 18 minutes. And how cool is this, right? You, as the expert on the other side, get to control your boundaries, right? If you're running into another meeting, at 9 a.m. in the morning and you don't have time to accept a 20-minute extension of time, you nicely deny it and tell the individual, hey, sorry, I have another meeting coming up, but try to reach me at a different time, right? So the expert, has boundaries. And on my end, I'm calling to speak with you. You can't, chew my ear off. I can nicely just let the timer run down at 10 minutes. So the worst situation is only 10 minutes long, right? We've all been on Zoom meetings or phone calls and we're like, oh, how did I just spend 49 minutes on a call with this individual? You just couldn't get them off the line. It was like, it was about to end and then the story started again. And then you didn't want to be rude. So you kind of let them go on and on, but it can't happen with Owwll because the money mechanism in place. So that's one of the coolest features on the Owwll platform.
You know what the coolest feature about the Owwll platform right now is? That I get to talk to my friend who has been literally hanging out with me all day, all night. Michelle, what time did you get here?
When it was Brian and Nancy Debra.
My God. Well, first off, you have a lovely voice. I'm grateful that now I get to hear you, right? So we could start there. What time was it again? I was captivated by your voice. I'm sorry.
I'm not sure the time. I want it maybe like 5 p.m.
Wait, you guys actually haven't spoken throughout the whole 24 hours?
No.
Oh my God. So this is actually like real life right now that you guys never
We're having a moment. Yes.
This is a real moment. See, this is the problem with LinkedIn, to be fair.
Yes.
We have so many people like Michelle,
yes,
right, that we comment back and forth, we DM,
yeah,
but then we never meet in person and we never talk on a phone call.
Right.
Because no person like kind of triggers the meeting. Right. Or there is a trigger, but it's like, hey, I don't want to just jump on a random phone call.
It felt so good.
But this is the design of Owwll. Like real relationships, real authentic, conversations coming out. This is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is so cool.
I feel like I've made a new friend, like a lifelong friend. She hung out with me, doesn't know who I am from yesterday, and like we just hung out for 12 hours. How cool is that? How cool is that? I love that. Kudos to you, Jason. So I'm sure Michelle, we're going to have a lot. It's 23 and a half hours. I'm sorry. We're going to have a lot of conversations, but I want to give you my best energy. I don't have that right now. No, so I want to be able to focus on you properly.
Don't worry. I'm here to support you. We're doing this together.
She knows like half of my sentences haven't been making sense for the last 3 hours.
Honestly, I heard you at like 8 a.m. and I just was talking to Cindy Metzler and I said the complete opposite.
Yeah.
I was like, let him speak with his father at 8 a.m. I'm like, this man's a machine. I'm like, somehow, at 1 in the morning, kind of like you were kind of like slowing down a little bit, but somehow like you pick up steam somehow like at 8 a.m. or 9 a.m. It depends on, who's on, whose energy you're absorbing. Because with you and your father, I was like, how the hell is this man spot on at 8 a.m. in the morning? I'm like, that's nuts. Right. So,
man, it might be residual amphetamine that's still in my body from when I was addicted. I don't know because, but or Jason, what about this? I love what I do. You know what I mean? It's like when you really love what you do, it's like it's not work. I could just be here forever.
I was just going to say that.
But like you don't have to lower my pay, Jason. I know that it's a passion of mine, but you can still pay me good.
I pay you with opportunities. And I think people,
you do.
It's a really good point that you bring up because everyone always thinks like everyone around me is being paid. And they're like, oh my God, you got an army, like all these brand ambassadors, all these people. I'm like, not really at all. I was like, Owwll's ran, ready for this crazy stat, by 1.5 employees. That's it. I mean,
1.5
and then developers with 6 developers. But we have an army of 50 plus brand ambassadors. So if you're out there and you want to be part of this new technology and help us grow, just reach out. Right up on our website, owwll.com. There's a little bar at the top that says brand ambassadors and apply. And Michelle, you'd be a great brand ambassador, of course, right? I could already tell from speaking to you for a few minutes and joining the stream. But when you look at what we are paying people with, it's opportunities because it's not always the hourly pay, like, hey, come help me at an event. I'll pay you $100, $200.
No.
Come out for 4 hours. I'm like, no, come out to multiple events.
Right.
Help us, and I'll help you. If you run a business like
you,
you,
right?
It's a funnel of opportunities, and I think that's where people are missing the boat out there. with their businesses, right? They've been they've been drinking the Kool-Aid, I guess, from social media.
Right.
Be like, my time is valuable. Only pay me X, Y, or Z. I'm like, hello, look around the corner.
Entitlement.
Yep.
If I can do 24 hours straight to generate leads for my business for free, you guys can hop on Owwll for 10 minutes. Y'all can hop on Owwll for 10 minutes, okay? Give it a shot. But back to you, Michelle. I'm going to do the best that I can. But can you tell Jason a little bit about your story? Because my gosh, I feel like there's so many people that you can inspire on this platform with your voice.
Well, I'm 40 years old and I'm a single mom, and I live daily life in full family estrangement with no contact. So I don't have a support system.
Now you do. Now you do.
Now you have the Owwll community.
I'm building my community, through LinkedIn. I've definitely met some amazing people. But I was in isolation probably for about it was about 16 months. And then about April going into May was when I came to LinkedIn, just because I knew I needed to not be in isolation. And it's been surreal, I could say that. But my whole life has been adversity. When I was 8 years old, I got stabbed and I woke up in the hospital with a colostomy. And because of that trauma, that was that's my first core memory within life. So basically just everything after that is just one type of thing after another thing. Like when I was 12, I broke my hip. I spent 3.5 years in a wheelchair or a hospital bed in my parents' living room. I started going blind in 2006. 2008, they started spinal taps.
Wow.
So 2008 to 2010, there was about 25 spinal taps. And then that's when we did the first brain surgery that gave me epilepsy. To date, I've had 12 brain shunt surgeries and revisions. I used to weigh just over 450 pounds.
Wow.
And I had a daughter and realized that lifestyle, there was going to be no way I would ever be around to watch her grow up or, just live with her. And that was pretty much where that commitment I had to change my life. There's so much more. I don't even know where my life is so crazy. February 15th, 2023, my apartment for my daughter and I burned down. Myself and 18 other families, we lost everything. Learned that the property management company has been lying to us, and then I couldn't get no lawyers or nobody to help me. So I spent 18 months building a class action lawsuit against them, and then obviously filed another lawsuit. And then right now I put my rent in escrow, so they're fighting me over that. And then I was able to get the state of Ohio to launch 3 investigations. I got the Department of Justice to launch an investigation. And then I just recently submitted the evidence to the United Nations Human Rights Council. So I'm really kind of excited to hear back from them.
Yeah. It sounds like you're on quite the mission. You've had quite the experience. and I know it's a lot to unpack, but yeah, when I have a little more energy, I'd love to talk to you about that.
Absolutely.
That's intense because there's a story in you, and I'd love to just take an opportunity, get to know you on Owwll. Let's have some conversations and let's help tell that story together. There's no catch. I'm not that kind of guy.
No,
you know what I mean?
absolutely.
But I would love to help you bring that to life because you have a fascinating story, and it says a lot about you that you'd hang out with some guy for a bunch of hours and support me. That means a lot. So thank you.
I'm glad
that I get to tell
supporting.
you. I know, but a lot of people don't.
We make the decision to
Yeah. Thank you for being a real one. There's not many. Oh, yeah.
And you are right. There aren't many.
Right. So, Jason, how are we going to end the final 12 minutes? There's not as much pomp and circumstance and all the streamers and the stuff, but what I love about this session is it was really about Owwll. It was really about the community. It was really about helping people use these resources. And we have fun and we bring in LinkedIn influencers and we do all that stuff. But at the end of the day, it's about this Owwll community. And supporting people, bringing in new people. Like, look at awesome. We have Michelle. We had somebody comment at 1 o'clock in the afternoon today talking about how they generated 2 organic leads. They started on Owwll today. So there's so much opportunity here, but like, Michelle, like you've experienced with this, like, through your own life experience, like, it's all about what we do with the opportunities that we're given. We've got these tools, we got 2 hands, we've got abilities, we're smart, we're educated, we can do stuff. But also, we have to have the critical thinking to recognize we have an opportunity in front of us. Let's take it, And that's what's really cool about the people you meet on Owwll. They are the action takers. They're there. You're here, So, yeah,
Absolutely.
just grateful for that. Grateful for that. So what are you
Well,
excited?
I'm grateful that the platform exists. So
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Michelle. And I'm going to step in. This goes back to all social media for a second. It has nothing to do with Owwll, right? When we look at a lot of social media platforms like LinkedIn, like Instagram, like TikTok, right? We have relationships like Michelle, that, really don't blossom because it's just comments and messages and we can't really get to know someone. Then we have a quick, like literally we've been speaking for under 10 minutes now and look at this conversation that has come out, right? And look what we could do together, right, as society, right? But without apps like Owwll, it can't come true, right? Because we've gone so far the other direction where, like, I look down at my cell phone contacts and I can't call anyone anymore. I can't text anyone anymore. If I'm having a shitty day, like what do I do, right?
I know that feeling.
I can only fall back to
Pickleball.
sometimes, my very close friends. Even those are hard to text now and be like, hey, can we jump on a call? If I call them, they don't even pick up.
Right.
Or really, close family, like parents, brothers, sisters.
Or when you stop reaching out first.
Yeah.
Oh.
And when we look at Owwll, like sometimes you just want to call a stranger, right? Somebody that isn't going to judge you, right? That you could be authentic with and just kind of, go through a morning commute while you're having a shitty day, right? And I have a lot of those. Like the last 4 years of my life, I've had the highest highs and the lowest lows, right? We all are human and you don't know what someone's going through unless you have an authentic conversation, right? Sometimes, for example, Michelle could have sent me a DM. You're right. And I could have taken it the wrong way because text is always taken the wrong way. And then I could have been rude back to her, right?
It's that easy.
It's that darn easy. And then all of a sudden, but then if we had a real conversation, she saw my tone was different.
Right.
She did not take that message the same exact way.
Right.
So I think in society, like apps like Owwll will blossom because it's really simple, actually, right? It's just true, authentic conversations, and that's where relationships are built. Your father spoke about that,
right?
And I almost wanted to jump in through the show when you guys were speaking to be like, he's talking about relationships, right? And how he's posted on LinkedIn every single day. But when he was talking in so much depth about relationships and the importance when you hurt yourself. Right. And that's when my comment, even that comment got taken out of context. I was trying to reach through and be like, no, there is support for you. Right. When you hurt yourself, it was Ellie and me, right? When we were down in Miami, helping you into the car.
Oh yeah. No.
Right. I look at it as like,
it was like my LinkedIn fans that are like, I don't give a shit about my LinkedIn.
But that's true though.
Yeah.
Your fans don't really know you that well and can't help you in those difficult situations. But ready for this? If I'm in Akron, Ohio, right? And I've had multiple conversations with Michelle and she lives there. I literally can reach out to Michelle and be like, hey, Michelle, my car just broke down. I know you live in Akron, Ohio, because we've spoken multiple times on Owwll. Can you come pick me up? Michelle, would you come pick me up?
Right, I got you.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's authenticity.
Right.
That's the point I'm trying to
That's the
make
good
you.
shit, man. That's the good shit. Yeah. We're working towards it.
The last one is deep. The last one is deep.
The last one, let's see.
Michelle, any last questions for us?
Yeah.
Because we're ending the show soon.
More.
No, I'm just, like I said, I was along for the ride. I was up working on these court cases. So it's usually like I'll have like a TED talk on or just some like meditation type music. I don't really watch TV. I'd rather like read books and stuff. So really it's just background noise. But I like when I'm able to get on LinkedIn and the audio rooms are like this because then at least it's conversations you listen to and you can like interject or learn things. And I would much rather listen to that than like a reality TV show for background noise.
we're on the same wavelength. I agree. But thank you for listening to my nonsense the last few hours.
It's been comical.
Yeah,
it's been fun.
Thank you. That's the thing. When you start kind of like losing your mind a little bit, you can always lean on comedy. You could always just make it funny. So that when we gave up mentally, we just lean on the comedy. And it was great. I loved it.
As long as everybody's smiling, it's a win.
Exactly. So I'm not sure when we're gonna do the next one, Jason. I'd imagine. What are you thinking?
I already have a lot of people on LinkedIn reaching out to me and saying we should do this on a monthly basis, but instead of 24 hours, let's keep it a little simplified, right? Right. When you look at part 1, part 2, part 3, that was enough, right? You go 6 hours or 8 hours, and you think about LinkedIn streaming limits is 4 hours,
right?
So probably the best thing to do is 8 hours, right? Do 2, part 1, part 2.
Yeah.
Very simple. You bring in 4 LinkedIn creators. You give them each a 2-hour slot. 1 hour, they teach a course. 1 hour, they take calls on Owwll, one-on-one. And then it's simple. We do this once a month, and we bring, four new creators, and we create that wait list of who wants to get on, and they have to pitch.
I love it.
Send us a pitch. You want to be on the next one, right? Send us a video, kind of like Shark Tank, right? And me and you sit in the studio, and we're like, what do you think about this one?
Come to the Owl Nest.
The Owl Nest.
Yeah, we'll call it the Nest. Well,
the Nest. I kind of like that. And then, you kind of got the wood finish. It kind of looks like a nest almost. It's like a half nest.
It kind of is, actually.
Isn't it?
Good
right?
point.
Yeah. I think it fits.
One day when Owwll blows up, I'll build a house that looks like a nest.
And
it'll be the
tree house.
That will be the nest.
A fucking tree house. I would.
Like, where's Jason live? Oh, the Nest.
The Nest.
Yes.
That's the next step. He Michelle, he already has like the license plate and the lanyards and the t-shirts and the hats and the shoes and everything else. So yeah, we take the branding real serious around here.
When you're that proud,
here's my next set.
Look at that.
There it is. Yesterday I had a different color tone, but today
he forced me to change my personal brand. I committed to black and gold. Never wore it in my life. But yeah, that's the kind of guy he is. All right, so we got the last 4 minutes.
Spokesperson for the brand.
There we go. Well, among them.
Okay, Michelle, we're gonna let you go because we're bringing in actually how we started the show. Sam Swirsky.
Let's do it.
It just texted me he's available on Owwll, so we're gonna call him because he had some calling issues, and
Michelle,
we're gonna
we'll talk soon, Michelle.
With how it all began.
Love you. Thank
Later.
you. There we go.
Okay, guys, here's the finale.
Sam the man.
I think he's available. Let's
check it out. Let's check it. Check it. We got to get him an iPhone, man.
Yeah, if you're out there with an Android, don't blame us if the call quality isn't as good.
We're not judging we're not judging your poor decision.
It's not our fault if you have an Android and it doesn't want to connect with Apple devices, right?
What country do they live in that they don't have iPhones?
I don't know.
That's like such a strange.
What bet did you lose to buy an Android, right? Okay, let's see. Hopefully this works.
Sam, don't do it to us.
Come on. Connect. Sam, maybe it's on your side. Disconnect from your Wi-Fi. If you're listening, go off of Wi-Fi, use cellular signal.
Use cell.
Sam.
Would have been so good. Sam, come on, buddy. We still got time.
We still got you, Sam. Doesn't look good.
And Jason, do we have any idea on some of the numbers? Like, what did we accomplish with it? Was it relatively okayly successful?
Oh yeah, the internet woke up and took a tour of Owwll. Right, we had a lot of past users who hadn't logged into Owwll for a long time.
Really?
Like, think about it. Forbes Riley, I saw it take a call yesterday. Jason Waller in the evening jumped into the app. Right, like a lot of big influential entrepreneurs. Said, let me see what this app's really about. Right. Let's see this Owwll 2.0. Like the point of our marketing was to really push, right, to say like Owwll's different now. It's 2.0. So like if you keep looking at our marketing, something like 2.0, right? Everyone's like, okay, enough of this 2.0. What does this really mean? Right. And people kind of are curious, right?
They're checking it out.
Yep. Sorry, Sam, not working. Sam, it's time to get an Apple device.
This app is awesome. Manny jumping in, saying the app is awesome. Look at that.
Yeah, sure is.
Yeah.
Minus if you have an Android.
I mean, like
then it's not awesome.
When you
get all you Android people out there, you know, we will have a major
Upgrade your
improvement coming
life.
out in the next 2 weeks.
Upgrade your life, my friends.
It's not our fault that Android, you know, created a new software that disrupted our app. You know, the problem that no one ever sees is Apple and Android are a monopoly. So what ends up happening is like Apple and Android, like a week before the release, will be like, this is what it might look like, but you really don't understand what that really means. So we're ready for this. Then they just launch their new software and everyone's phone gets updated. And then all of a sudden it has a ripple impact to your community like Owwll. And then when in the argument is like, your app's not working, I go, blame Android. You know, no one, they don't get negative reviews ever. Like this crap happens all the time. They're not giving us
negative press.
they don't want to release, you know, what is coming in advance. So it's just a surprise. So if everyone out there is building an app and you wonder why so many apps go out of business. Oh, we got Sam on this side. Hold on. This might work. Hey, Sam, can you hear me? Sam, hold on. No, he's not even picking up on my phone.
Oh.
Hold on.
Ow.
Let's see. Sam, not working on my phone too. So
we may need a little update.
We may.
Yeah.
But
that's okay. I mean, a little bit of an anticlimactic way to end it, but
oh no, we're not ending like that. We got to call somebody on Owwll.
Let's get somebody on here.
I'm gonna try to call Sam myself on my phone because I'm off Wi-Fi now, and let's see if that works. If he's available.
Did he just?
Ooh, a new person, artificial intelligence. Where did he go?
Where'd you go, buddy? Maybe he was doing your thing. That he was the Wi-Fi thing. Oh, there he is.
No, but he says he's not on Wi-Fi. Is that your phone?
Is that?
Yeah, you're done. That was the 9 o'clock done.
Oh, that's funny.
Okay, we're gonna give it one last shot. We could actually just have Sam come on the video.
We could just have him on the video.
That is true. Okay, everybody just hang tight. Nope, not working. Look at this sucker.
Where's my free $10?
Who says this?
This is Manny. He had his first call.
What do you mean? How did he call you if he didn't actually have money in his account? He didn't put his credit card in. Ask him that one. Right?
Okay. Wait. Okay. So
in his account,
the app is not letting me call you. John, call me. I have no credits. Where's my free $10?
What do you mean? Right? If it says up at the top, you could see your account balance $47.92.
Right. Okay,
right. So
his profile.
So, I mean, we can't see how much money he has. Right. So we wouldn't know, but it would be up there.
I lost that. You deleted that, right?
Okay. Somebody call in for the last call of the show. Jonathan's live right there. It's wide open for the taking. Somebody call on in. And be our final call of the day, right? I'm going to put a comment right here, final call of the day.
It's a big deal, guys.
Someone call in. There we go.
There we go. Don't be shy, friends.
Don't be shy. Don't be shy.
Let's go.
Don't be shy.
All right.
Oh no! Don't log in. No. It's logging in. No. Cancel that. You're already logged in. Don't touch that.
Don't touch the things.
Okay. Well, we're waiting for our final call in the day.
Boom.
What have you learned through this 24-hour journey, John?
That's having a lot of guests is cool sometimes, but I think that this format at its best is done this way, which is where we make it about helping people use the app, be more effective on it, because I think, if we're talking marketing, Jason, like if we're going meta, the whole idea was to get as many people to come here as possible.
Absolutely. But I agree with you completely.
It's like, yeah.
Chella, hold that thought, and we're going to bring you right onto the show. Is that you like this whole hour teaching something?
Yeah.
And kind of interview style.
Yeah.
Followed by Owwll calls. So that way the audience gets to be interactive is what we're saying.
Right.
It's a good combo. Hour.
When I feel like there's a theme and we're teaching something specific and everybody's bringing info, it keeps things a little more focused. I think it was good.
I think it was.
Yeah.
I agree.
I think we'll try it again. But while we're here, we got
everybody in the audience list comments. Like, did you like the format? Should we switch anything up? We'd like to hear from you.
Michelle,
And
Manny.
Chella, what are your thoughts? What do you think about this new
Chella,
format?
Chella, eh.
I love it because in the community we get to learn. As he's doing instruction and as people are asking questions, it may spark up, right? That's the power of community. I may say something or somebody else may say something that may spark up an idea. And let's face it, at the end of the day, we're here to grow our business.
Right.
So let's get as many sparks going as possible. And Jonathan, you did amazing.
Thanks.
I've been on, not that I'm not bragging here, but it's one of those once a year I cannot sleep. So I've been up since once a year. It only happens to me once
You hear that, Jason? That's the power of Owwll, man. That's cool. Oh, thank you.
You did amazing.
Thanks.
You did. I've been listening since about 1 Pacific time.
Oh, that's a long day.
Oh,
that's a long day. So I appreciate you, though. Thank you so much for being here. So I'm sure we'll do this again sometime soon. But it's good to have the data. Good to have the data that like just making it more business focused, lead generation, marketing. It resonates. People like it. Making it more about the users and the new people, because we had some new people that joined, and to me that was unique. And for people to have leads coming in, not a bad day of work. So
yeah, I like how we're ending with Chella. Yeah, right.
It's fitting.
Chella,
it's fitting.
Just like you're breaking records, doing a 24 plus 5-minute podcast over here right now.
That has to be the most calls taken in a 24-hour period.
Correct. So when we look at right what we've accomplished, as a community, it's quite incredible. The amount of connections that have happened through the last 24 hours, right? On this podcast show, on LinkedIn, on Owwll app itself, it's incredible.
I think the 16 streams were a big part of that.
Yeah, that didn't hurt.
Yeah,
we kind of took things to the next level behind the scenes. But that's an important part. Is when you look at successful entrepreneurs or in any profession, there's a lot under the hood, right? And when you see what we've accomplished today, there was a lot of back end work, right? Getting these creators to give us the green light to stream to their accounts, right? Using StreamYard, the complexity of getting these accounts connected. Then, all the videos that we shot prior, and then we launched on social media to give everyone
Instagram,
the copy so that way it's clear the instructions on how to, properly call into the show. The social media posts, right? You think about it. We had to do part 1 through 6 and make it clear on how that part worked, right? So I'm getting rung up by Sam over here on Owwll. Sam, look at LinkedIn. We got an Owwll call. But in general, so much goes on, and I think that's important because everyone looks at other people's success and they're like, oh, they're just lucky, or they did this and that, but they don't see the 14-hour days, right? All the the pre-work that went in. And I bring up Chella, right? Like everyone's like, oh, she's the number 1 caller on Owwll and she gets these opportunities because she's close with Jason. Like, no, Chella just puts in the hard work every single day. I don't got to tell Chella to do calls. Look at her profile. It's public info. She's calling 3 to 5 new people per day on Owwll, and every single new person, she goes into the new Owwll category. It's the easiest thing, everybody. Here's the secret. You just follow everyone who's new. They're $1, and then you get a notification and you call them. And that's all that Chella does. And it opens up opportunities. Is that correct, Chella?
Absolutely. You put in the work. Now, nobody needs to be as crazy as Chella and put in all those hours, but what if you invested 20 minutes a day, 5 days a week?
Simplifies it. See?
That's
is
very
the elevator
tangible scale. Like, I could do that. I could handle that. That's not unreasonable. Oh boy, what's Ellie sending?
Yeah. Hey, look, someone wants you to do this. Someone wants you to do this on Halloween again. We do have your Halloween outfit. That was the last time we did this. Should we do this on Halloween again on the 30th? Everybody out there, if you find us 4 creators, okay, let's make a deal. Send us 4 creators that have over 100,000 followers on LinkedIn, and we will do this again on Halloween.
Deal? Wait, I have to do it.
Well, we're going to do 8 hours.
I'm kidding. Of course I'm going to do it. Hell yeah.
We're going to do it. We're going to do it on, well, is there, no, we can't do it on Friday the 13th.
No, that would be perfect.
Yeah, but there isn't a Friday the 13th in October. doesn't math. The math does not math.
I mean, an 18 kind of looks like a 13.
Yeah.
Friday the 18th still has a kick to it.
Yeah, I guess.
Not Friday the 25th.
You know.
Yeah,
unfortunately,
we can figure
the
it
math doesn't math.
The math doesn't math.
Yeah, but out there, if anyone can line up 4 creators, 100,000 followers or more, I will convince Jonathan to do this for 8 hours, not 20.
You don't have to work that hard to convince me. He's not convincing me that hard.
No,
I'm gonna say yes.
No.
I'm already saying yes. I already said yes. So,
did your boy Luke Matthews ever jump on?
No.
Overnight?
No.
Luke.
No. Now, to be fair,
your job, you're on Halloween.
Yeah.
Right. You
yep.
get 3 of your other buddies.
Yeah.
He's got over 100,000 followers.
He's got almost 200,000. So does that mean he counts as 2 influencers?
No,
shit.
we said 4 over 100.
With 100,000. Okay.
100,000.
Got it.
We could do this. Cello, can we do this?
Absolutely.
Let's go. All right.
Let's
Well,
put the word out.
I actually have to go.
You do have to go.
Yep. I got to go make a house call.
Cello, how crazy is this individual that he knows he has a 24-hour podcast and books a meeting at 9:30 to go off and do business?
You got to get the business out of the way.
Is this nuts? Is this nuts?
No.
This crazy, right? This crazy talk.
Jonathan, I know you're almost spent here, but I do have some ideas for your speaking. I've been listening. I'm telling you, you can quiz me. I do have some ideas about you speaking opportunities.
Tell me about it. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to talk to you about them like offline. I really would.
No, that's what I'm saying. I just wanted to mention it so that you don't think I'm going to be stalking you or anything.
No, stalk me. I need attention. I'm lonely. Please. I'm okay with that. No, I'm kidding. But I'm not kidding. I would love that attention, but I will definitely contact you once I'm done taking my nap.
I'm gonna say something, to end this show.
Yeah, do it.
And it's gonna be kind words, but also authentic words to make you a better entrepreneur in the future.
Yeah, tell me.
Because here's my thought, guys. I think Jonathan needs a manager. I think that he should be on the front side always. Like the conversations that I saw you having were amazing. Your clarity when you speak to all different types of people. And I don't think it's on LinkedIn, actually. It's not helping people with their content.
Right.
I think you are that creator that should be on the front end always, up on stages. That's what Chell is saying, right?
Yep.
And on those panels, and in front of large audiences, and helping them get to the next level. And it's on podcast, having your own show, and then doing more front facing things. You talked about personal branding earlier to a lot of people, but like your own personal brand, like you have it. You're not going all in on it.
I know.
You have it just on LinkedIn, but you have it on Instagram. You could have it on TikTok, right? And YouTube. And I see yourself doing what we're doing here. What if you were doing this a few times a week, right? And then having, I'm too busy right now, Jonathan, but having a true manager to support you behind the scenes to manage all those incoming emails and requests and get you booked.
The admin shit.
And I think if you had that, when you're saying like you took your business from 0 to 100,000, after you were fired and then got to the next level and then multiple 6 figures, it's like, what if, that wasn't actually the real number? What if the real number is $1 million plus doing it the way that I just mentioned, having a manager controlling it and just like, hey, Jonathan, tomorrow you're going here.
Cool.
Hey, on Saturday you're going here.
Cool.
Right.
Yeah.
And then pretty much like you just doing what you're the best at, which is literally on this microphone.
Oh,
because I've had a lot. And Charlie, you could add 5 more minutes so you don't get disconnected, because I just want your thoughts on what I'm saying. So add 5 minutes.
Add 5 minutes.
Add 5 minutes. Don't. Chella, where are you? Chella?
I'm here.
Add 5 minutes. Add 5 minutes. You don't have the add button?
Me. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, Owwll. We're going to lose
It's
you.
Me.
Yeah, you. So that's a good reminder for everybody out there. Look at the clock so you don't get cut on a call. That's not Owwll's fault. So in general, where was I with my train of thought? Is that being in, you're at your best when you're behind a mic. I've interviewed close to 400 different people through the Shrimp Tank, as well as the Owwll podcasts, and then hundreds more in our interactive approach at events, right? And I would put you in the top 3. So that's a big compliment right there. Top 3. We've had public speakers like Heather Monahan, on our show, and she's in the top 50. Very well spoken, and And when you're on stage, right, you're right up there with the elite, right? So I just look at it as like, I think that is your true strength, not this, pardon my French, BS of trying to figure out the algorithm of LinkedIn and views.
Right.
And you were speaking about Mr. Beast, which I did listen to on my drive home yesterday, right? And you were talking about personal branding and how like we don't really know him, right? And how he does these crazy videos.
We don't really,
but you don't know. But but with you opened up today, the last 24 hours, right? And a lot of people got to know the true Jonathan Palmer.
Yeah.
Right. Not the finesse version on an edited video.
Right.
On LinkedIn about LinkedIn Police, which that shit's really good too.
It's there.
Right.
Yeah, but we need to grow up.
but we need to grow up.
Yeah.
Right. And that stuff is a dime a dozen right now. Right. Dime a dozen. What's not a dime a dozen is all these conversations that you had for the last 24 hours with someone like Michelle, who's at tears, who called into the show. Right. And having that impact for her to keep going after everything. Holy shit, that story. Oh my God. Oh my God. Like, you think you're having a hard day? Listen to Michelle's story.
Go reach out to her on Owwll. She's new.
And like, oh my God. Like I haven't been through shit in the last 4 years, like compared to Michelle. Seriously. Like, oh my God. Like, I thought, I've had a bad experience with cancer and having my dad passing and like the ups and downs to Owwll. Nothing compared to what Michelle just said. Like, I'm like, hugs. I was on first base. She was at a grand slam, right? Like, but a point being is, and I want Chella to speak to this because she, was serious. She was listening for the last 24 hours, but she's also heard you a lot. So what are your thoughts to close out our show about everything that I just mentioned about Jonathan taking his business to the next level?
Yeah, Jonathan, I agree. And you do speak from the heart. Even the very first 25 hours that we did, I'm going to shock you here, July 21st.
Wow. That is good. I got goosebumps.
Really quickly, side note on that. The reason I know the date is my son was visiting from Austin, Texas. And I was visiting with him at my former husband's house. So you were an escape. I said, no, I got to go listen to Jonathan.
I appreciate that. That's so sweet. Thank you.
But no, let's get back to Jonathan.
Yeah.
I totally agree with Jason. But even before that, I like the idea of the manager, Jason. I really do, because let's face it, Jonathan needs to have structure, and he needs to be said, you go to here. I
love that Chella knows that about me. That's hilarious.
I call him Charlie Sheen.
Oh, that's hilarious. I love it. Yeah.
However, before we get to that point, and I'm just as an option, I'm giving you a plan B. What if you found that person and you guys built it as a collaboration?
I plan on it.
You sit down with goals. You tell her, this is what I want to do. They tell you what they want to do, and you simply hold each other accountable, knowing that you're there to support and guide each other to the next level.
And you know what's crazy, Chella? I know exactly who it is.
Who is
right? It's to get it started.
Ellie. Like, we're the same person, just on different tracks.
She does hold you accountable.
Yeah, and I hold her accountable too.
I have noticed this. I was like, she says, Jonathan, get here at 8:30. Like, Jonathan was on time for this podcast, and most time he's a nut. But Ellie, was like, Jonathan, be there. Like, Jason's giving this opportunity.
Yep.
Don't show up at 8:55 for a 9:00 show. If he says show up at 8:30.
I don't know what
it's set up.
I don't know what it is.
There at 8:30, and Ellie got him to arrive.
I just need a woman to tell me what to do. If I could just find a woman to tell me what to do, I'm fine. Shay, Cindy, Wendy, all of them, same thing. Just tell me what to do. Help me, please.
Yep.
And I'll do it. I'll do whatever you want. Just tell me what to do.
Right.
Give me direction.
And she's good at booking gigs, which is actually funny. Like, she's in the music. I didn't even think about this. Like,
I'm helping her
she
with
knows
her
a lot of
marketing.
places, obviously being with her music background, and she knows a lot of people, but she understands the structure of booking gigs and that whole side of the booking things, right?
It's very complimenting. Yeah, so that was the
Ellie, if you're out there,
Yeah.
But we don't want to lose Ellie. Ellie's part of Owwll.
No, Ellie is Owwll. No,
She
you're
is
not going to
Owwll.
lose her. We're going to figure it out. We'll do a big business deal. We'll just put it all together.
Wait a second. Did we
Amalgamation.
just figure this out altogether?
I
If you
think
think about it, because she loves Owwll,
Yeah.
music business,
Right.
and then she helps you with your personal brand.
Right.
And then technically you blow up, she blows up, Owwll blows up.
We all blow up.
We all blow up.
It's kind of a good deal.
See how
And let's
collaborations
not
work?
let us not forget, tell us 5%.
And Chella blows up because she's seeing all the people coming on to Owwll, and then she blows up.
There you
This
go.
all makes perfect sense.
I love it. I love it.
Amen.
And then
So-
and then
All
Chella,
right, Jonathan, go about your meeting.
I will.
9:19. We got to get Jonathan to his meeting.
You got
Okay,
it.
Chella, we're gonna leave you, and we're gonna have some final thoughts alone. Okay.
Are you guys getting ready for the next one, right?
Oh yeah, we have Tech Tuesdays at, and then we're gonna finish strong with this banner. We want to finish off with the banner, so it's nice and clean. We got to teach you how to do this. You hit the flash drive, and then look, Smart TV. Oh no, look at all these shows. Look at all these shows. And then we go to, where are you? Live stream. Look at all these live streams. And then part 6 was right here. Focus on right here, community. And for everybody watching, I don't know if anyone realized this, but this picture, let's see if we could blow it up. What do you see in this picture? I don't know if anybody noticed.
Profile photos.
And I'm going to give credit to somebody out there, Daniel Hall. Right, I know he's blowing up a lot of people on LinkedIn right now with the pods. We like Daniel Hall. Daniel, I hope you're watching, because Daniel put this together. And the reason why he was such a fan of Owwll was because of the authentic conversations that occur. And, you know, he doesn't like all the fakeness going on social media. So he created this image. So we're going to end the show with this image, right? Because right next to it, I don't know if anyone picked up on this, but I put the word community. And I'm sure most people, didn't zoom in on this image. It's little faces of people. And of course, you can't really see it on this big TV right now, but Jonathan could see it. He's looking into it strong.
I can see my face.
Right. And go ahead and take that image on your computer and zoom in, and you'll see all these different people, in frames. And we know one day that's going to be a real picture, right? Where everyone will be on Owwll Zoom tutorial and everyone will be right there in the picture. So closing words, Jonathan, I'm going to let you, after now blowing up that picture. Daniel Hall,
share something.
we want to see you back on Owwll in the next 24 hours, taking some calls.
There we go.
Miss
So
you, bud.
Final words from me. 5 years ago this week, I was sitting in my dad's office, similar office to this, and he bought me a $600 camera so I could make some videos for his business. And now I'm here. It's been a hell of a ride, and I'm grateful that I feel like nothing's changed in 5 years. There's a lot of people that have come and gone. Virality is sexy, but to me, consistency over time is way hotter. It's way hotter. That is way more attractive. So yeah, let's make it another 5 years.
Okay, guys, that's the end of the show. Let's give Jonathan a lot of credit.
Boom, 24 hours.
He did it. 24 hours and 22 minutes. This man was on a microphone. We got to give him a lot of credit. It's not easy to stay up 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 a.m. in the morning and do this and juggle with a television and a phone and messages and 7 different LinkedIn accounts streaming too. So we give Jonathan a lot of credit. So go ahead and hit his DMs up, right? Get him up on stages, right? If you run an event, you want this man on a stage, now's your time to just ask. Send him a couple DMs, get him up on a stage. We are out, everybody. I'm going to end the show right now. It's been a pleasure. Take care and see you over on the Owwll app.